What is going on, my team? Good morning to everybody and happy Friday. Thank you for joining me again. What is up, moderator Sebastian Lim? I know, man, I see ticker symbol FNGR taking off, right, man? We were actually just talking about that ticker yesterday, saying about how good it was looking. Right, my dude? Yes, absolutely. We can go over a few tickers today, you guys. All right, what's up, Daryl? How you doing? Saying Arca, I hope so. I got in at 25 cents, but don't want to hold over the weekend. I'm totally in agreement with you there, man. We have to be careful with the tickers that we're holding overnight, right? Even over the weekend, especially when we have a 3-day weekend. Oof, we got to be careful, man. So what's up, Daryl? Good to see you here. What's up, James? You're here, man. You made it. Good to see you, my bro. Good to see you. And Daryl also saying Mullen volume is insane already. That's cool. That's cool, man. It's good to hear. We were also talking about that ticker just yesterday, right? We were saying that we were liking the setup. Of course, it's just, I don't know if that news was enough to hold it through. Right, but remember what we were talking about, that whole correction from 0.038 to 0.38 on that valuation for the ticker, right? Man, that is some serious stuff going on with that ticker, man. I feel bad. I still do, right? I still feel bad about retail. But yeah, you guys, we have a few tickers to go over. And Daryl, you're saying picked up some more COSM. Cool. Good news this morning on completing acquisition of the assets of No Way. Really? That's great news. Oh man, that is awesome. Yeah. We were already looking at the potential good news. I'm sorry for the potential good news. We were talking about a potential correction to the upside for COSM in the not so distant future, right? So we ended up getting it. Very nice. So, Brenson, what's up, man? Let's talk GTBPA. Yeah, that sounds good, man. We can go over that too. And what's up, KYP? Good to see you here, man. Sebastian Lim, you already know we got to talk about that ticker symbol FNGR. What's up? Well, yeah. What's up, man? Ride, is that really a ticker? RIDE? Oh my goodness. But yeah, you guys, take a look right here at ticker symbol FNGR making a crazy move to the upside. $2.62 already. So did we actually get that this Friday? Man, we absolutely did. Look at that. $2.62 top thus far. And remember, guys, that this ticker has been riding for the last 2 or 3 days. It's been really making some rips to the upside. And we were talking about that potential of facing the resistance right from the channel top, right? In fact, I don't think this was in the 4 hour. I think it was on the daily that we were looking at that channel, right? Let me see. It was either the daily or the 12 hour. So let me just go ahead and take a look at both of those. I'm going to take a look at both of those probabilities, right? So let's see. 12 hour it could have been right within the 12 hour. Actually, no, it was the daily. Are we limiting right before that? Very interesting. So that means that we could have corrected our channel a bit, or it's just a random top side and we're looking at just resistance, because it could have been very well that people are taking profits just before this top side of this wick over here, right? So that top side is about $2.50. Very impressive top right there, man. So in fact, if we're going to look at some technicals here, right? Since we're already literally about an hour in the intraday, so we have a pivot on the daily to the upside on that RSI. We have that SMA 14 confirmation, and more than anything, stochastic momentum versus volatility absolutely ripping. Check this out. We have the daily momentum in the bullish control zone, entering critical volatility. This is absolutely good news for this asset, you guys. So another thing to notice here is, oh man, we're crossing up into the 20 percentile of the DMI indicator, right? Check out that DMI plus represented by the bulls. Incredible lead right over here, and we even gapped up. All right, so this marks now, just whoever's trading FNGR, right? This marks an area of invalidation. Okay, so this zone right over here, which is very man, I can't believe how tight this area was. Wow. So it's going to be just at the 4 spot 236, just ever so slightly above it, right? 205 to 210 perfectly on that 4 spot 618. The low of day here is 210, marked perfectly right there, you guys. See, look at this right here. Candle, you hover over the low right there, and you can see that it's 210. My goodness, it couldn't have been a more perfect geometrical ride right over here, right? Another thing that we were talking about just yesterday, guys, was the crossing of the EMA 21 over the 55. 5 EMA. So this is getting very close. They're converging, okay? So when this crosses to the upside, highly likely the price action will react to that as well. Okay, so there could be a continuation to the upside even still based on that cross. Okay, so that moving average strategy is looked at, of course, in any other time frame, but particularly for trending market or for a bull market transition, a broader transition, it would be the daily that you want to take a look at that on, right? So we're about to get that. We got the moving averages converging. We have all the support from the indicators. Let's go back to the immediate short-term time frame to see if we have anything to look at from there, right? So let's see, FNGR on the 4-hour time frame. We're a little bit overextended here on that on the stochastic momentum. We're absolutely at critical volatility, right? We have a little bit of a pullback coming in on the 4-hour. Okay, so when we have this pullback here, you see that. Let me bring this up so we can take a look at this together, right? So, all right. So yeah, when we're looking at that RSI signal face to the downside, and we're looking at this support from the SMA 14 down here, represented by that pink line. That's usually a sign that we have a support coming up. Okay, so I mean, this is kind of a, relative to the 4-hour time frame, this is kind of a distance. Okay, so we have to use our discretion here to see where that potential pullback can lead to, based on this based on this time frame. So if I were to be completely honest, $2.25 right now, we're looking at this distance from the RSI signal to the SMA 14. I'm thinking that we can actually touch back down to that area at about 210 before finding another bounce to the upside. Okay, but we also have to look at a couple other things. All right, so now let's look at the 30-minute, the hourly, the bi-hourly to see if we have anything of relevance in there as well. We're facing a temporary support on that 30-minute from the EMA 21, right? So it's looking not bad here, but seeing that we still have a little bit lower to go on the stochastic momentum indicator here in the 30-minute, very likely for this to want to come back, touch it, and try to reload some bulls here at around the 210. I'm not sure that that's going to happen. In fact, that could be a little aggressive of me, or a little over conservative of me to think that the price action can retrace back to that level, right? So let's look at the hourly time frame and see what's going on, or even the 15-minute, right? Because people are actually they're absolutely paying attention to this. Okay, so this could be that other area that we should be looking at. All right, so 214 to around 210 could be fair game, right? So now in relation to the top time frames that we were looking at, that's where I'm suggesting that 205 bottom too. But we don't know, you guys. We have to just kind of play it by ear. But I am really thinking that we can get long this asset anywhere between 214 to 210. I would have to favor those targets right over there over the other ones, right, you guys? So let's see. We have to break this. We have to break this type of bearish formation here. Take a look at the RSI on the 15-minute, making. It's not gonna last too long, right? In fact, we're already losing bear pressure here on the 15-minute MACD, right? So we've been using that SMA 14 as a resistance on that way down. So we have to combat that, right? We have to beat it to the upside in order for us to start cascading those upward momentum indicators into the larger time frames, right? 15 into the 30, 30 into the hourly, hourly into the bi-hourly, and so on, right? So that's essentially what we're looking for, guys. FNGR is looking still pretty good. I don't see any signs of capitulation from here. I just see signs of a natural pullback, right? A breather before it can continue. So in fact, we talked about these targets just yesterday, went ever so slightly higher than we were talking about, but it's still there. So look here, 4-hour time frame, we have a silver cross on the 4-hour. This is what I mean, right? We can still look at these time frame, the shorter time frames with those the moving average strategies. It's all good, right? We can look at them in every time frame, and you'll likely see the price action reflect to that, right? Here's the inverse of that. This is the bearish scenario of the silver cross, the inverse, right? So this would be the EMA 21 crossing below the EMA 55. We get that clean break to the downside, validation, and then price action can use it as a guide towards that downside. Okay, so very good thing that we've already converted 2 or 3 of those moving averages into support, right? So let's just pull up a couple others to see how they're doing. SMA 50 clean into the support range, SMA 100 clean into the support range. The EMA 21 is about to cross above the SMA 100, looking very healthy, you guys. And the other thing that we want to notice is that the EMA 21 is crossing above every single time frame right now with an upside pivot, using the moving average strategies with an upside pivot here, not like on a downside like these, right? Don't look for that downside. Look for the upside in moving averages. That's usually the way you validate and can confirm. Just use it as a tool, right? Another way for you to validate that upside coming in. FNGR absolutely in play right now. Definitely like the loading zone that's about to pull up. This can highly likely come back up and test the areas of about $2.63. I think that may have been high of day. Okay, I'm not sure. I can't call that just yet, you guys, but we have another obvious target. It's going to be 276, marking this top side of the range from, let's see, Thursday, May 4th. 2023, right? So that would be that top side there to look at. We have to combat that, right? In order for us to start moving to the upside, at least in the immediate short-term time frame, let's combat that 286, close a 4-hour candle above it, and then we can consider a continuation to the upside to upper targets. I'm already looking at a potential $3.55 if it has enough potential, right, you guys? But FNGR looking very good. There could be some small positions right now, retail-based whales trying to do some position covering right now. Who knows? But it's looking good, you guys. I'm definitely like what I saw yesterday. I still like what I see today. All right, so good deal. Sebastian Lim, I hope you're still long this asset, man. Good to see you here in the chat. All right, so anyway, yeah, so let's go back and take a look. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a good ticker to look at, right? Mullen, what the hell? Oh my goodness, man. MLUN, absolutely making that rip upon that news that we were talking about yesterday, right? This is the news that we saw, right? So let's see. Yeah, this is literally the one. No, was it? It's the one prior to this one, maybe. I don't even know where it was, right? But it's the correction of the evaluation of the price, right? From 0.38 from 0.038 to 0.38. Hell of a typo right there, man. And also very costly mistake. I don't know who the hell did that, but it definitely happened, right? So Mullen on the 8-hour momentum. Holy goodness, this is what we were talking about yesterday, right? Actually, we were talking about it on the 4-hour, I think, or either on the daily. We had that regression. Yeah, this right here. Oh man, this is what we were talking about yesterday on the triangle from momentum. We're in the process of breaking out right now. Okay, so we saw that potential just yesterday. We need a clean break out of this regression line right here, and then we can actually let price action breathe for an upside. But what I like here, this is the daily time frame. Okay, so I actually think I may have a back test for the daily. Let's see. So MLUN, volatility versus momentum. Oh, okay, 12-hour. You know what? That may have to do it. Hold on. Let's see if we have any other back test for it. Ah, man, I didn't look into Mullen too much over my time, right? But okay, here's another one. 12-hour BBWP expanded. Okay, so this is from, where are we going from actually? Yeah, from expansion. So let's see if that it could be this one here. Let me see if we have a back test for it. That'd be really good to see what the probabilities are based on that condition which we're currently in. I mean, even right now, right? Check it out. This is absolutely in play. Okay, so let me see if I can. Oh, right. So this is upon this was before the RS, so that's why the price action is somewhere else. So these are all the back test iterations that I've taken throughout the entire trading history of the MULN asset on the 12-hour time frame. That criteria, of course, I still need to update by, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about 6 iterations have happened since I've done that back test. Let me see where my notes are here. This is going to be very useful for us, and this is going to be actually for the upside. Okay, very cool. So we have a total of 21 iterations where the condition where we're facing right now has happened historically speaking through, oh, did I notice something else here? I skipped a couple people in the chat. Zephram, I didn't see that there. What's up, guys? Snowdrifter, damn, I didn't see that either. Guys, I'm gonna come back and say what's up. All right. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and look at the bullish case, because this is the bullish case scenario. All right. So out of those 21 iterations, we have 12 guessed correctly to the upside, giving us a 57 spot 14% upside probability. Okay, so then with that, we have an average upside thrust, which we met the last time, 172 spot 12% to the upside, and we over the span of about 14 days, right? This is proof of work. So now applying 172% on that mean. Let's see where that takes us. So 172% from the firing of where, though? Let's see. So I mean, first of all, here, it's hard to see my old stochastic indicator. My goodness. I'm so happy that I updated all my indicators. It's just sometimes it doesn't look so good. So here it is. Okay, so stochastic momentum. There we go. We can actually see it a little better now. So the official firing of this of the signal, I would have to say, just started on this 12-hour iteration. And the reason I'm saying that is because actually, let me see how I measured this, because this was a long time ago. I've changed my criteria so far a couple times. Oh, okay. So it's upon entering critical volatility. Okay. So that's that one. I have a forward-looking one instead of the delayed-looking one that I found a little more success from today. Okay, but still, they're very close to each other. The firing of this signal, I could say, is officially right over. Oh man, no way! It's upon this location here. Okay, so man, if that was the condition that I back tested, then that's honestly, it was right about, let's see. Yeah, I would say actually this little doji. So the opening 51.15. My goodness, it's hard to see that from here. So 51.15, right? Let's measure that 172% move to the upside from that area. So this is why I actually changed it over time, because I was a little bit uncomfortable in making the thesis fall first, then come back up. I was looking for the pullback for a loading zone and then a retracement, a V-shaped recovery or something. I felt that although it had statistics to back it, it was a little gamble-esque, gamble-ish, right? So I since changed it from the moment entering into critical volatility to the moment actually exiting critical volatility. So that's where I've changed my methodology over the last, I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe 6 months to maybe 5 months, somewhere around there. So taking the price action to that 172% top would imply a top side of about $1.39. That is a huge upside. Now remember, that's the total upside on the probability here, right? So it's not to say that we're going there. We have to just take into consideration what the stats are saying. So then now that we have that top side of 172%, and that's marking the 139. Now we have to look at the relevant areas of support and resistance on our way up to that. Okay, so we can identify higher potentials or higher probability resistances on that way up, right? So that's statistically speaking, right, you guys? So I usually don't practice too much statistic when I'm trading live with you guys. That's because I don't have the time to count it and I don't have the time to back test it, right? So this is where my edge comes in. For you guys, I have to put my discretion in the line here and see what's up. Okay, you guys. So in that case, let's see if we have the backing for the upside on stochastic momentum. Also, I'm noticing here that I didn't even load up DMI. This is, guys, I've actually improved my statistical ability over the last just few months. It grew exponentially by measuring other forms of data, right? So notice right here that, oh my goodness, no way. The 12-hour time frame entering the 30 percentile of the ADX with the bulls on an upside pivot. The bulls are trying to take over the bears, aka DMI minus. Okay, DMI plus represented by the green line, and the average directional index represented by the white dotted line. Anytime that we are at 30% and up of trending market, that honestly gives favor to whoever is trying to take over or whoever is already leading on top, right? So this, yeah, is that from saying I got more powerful? Oh my goodness, you guys, just practicing and practicing, refining the strategy, trying to get tighter and tighter with our ability, right, you guys? That's great. I think it helps retail. I think it helps me. We should all benefit from it, right, you guys? So let's go back in the time frames here. We want to look at that 4-hour to see if we're overextended just yet. In fact, no, my goodness, the SMA 14 is just entering the bullish control zone. EMA 3 is still pivoted straight to the upside, and a very, very powerful thing here is that the BBWP is starting to contract. So this is absolutely playing into the price action right now. Let's go to the 6-hour and see how far we're bleeding in, right? Look at that upside on the stochastic momentum, critical volatility right now. I mean, this is just mad validation after validation after validation. 30-minute time frame has an upside pivot coming out of critical expansion. Let's see the hourly time frame. We have this is where it looks like we could have a pullback here. I'm wondering if the bi-hourly already corrected. Okay, yeah, bi-hourly pullback. And it looks like it could be in the immediate short term, this allows entry. Okay, so if I were trading this asset, this is now the zone where I would start looking at potential long position, right? So let me load up I'm even using just moving averages that were not my own, like they were just other developers, right? So let me load up right now. We're converting that SMA 10 into support on the 4 hour. Okay, so that's good. That's very good, in fact. Okay, so now let's see the probabilities here. There could be a retracement back to the area of about 27.27 to the bottom side of about 26.56 with the higher probability landing at 27.27. Okay, so I would honestly long the market there. Of course, we're talking about paper trading here. Look at it. It's already active down here, right? We want to keep the retail safe. All right, you guys. So that's essentially the target, to long the market here and then actually push to the upside. So very, very short-term opportunity here. In fact, we could actually see the retracement back or the correction towards the upside if we don't have that type of like foolery in place, right? I would say by about at 10 a.m. maybe, right around that area where, right around that area where the algos change, around that zone here. Then I can see Mullen continuing on to the upside to face other potential targets. Upside targets, you already know those guys. I know it's kind of ridiculous to look at 172% based on such a negative sentiment on the asset thus far, but still we can actually speculate. Let's bring up our fibs from the current range high to the range low. The SMA 50 has a lot of correlation between the 2-spot 272 and the 2-spot 618 golden mean. Another area, naturally speaking, the 1-spot 618 would naturally be just an area to look back from. Okay, and I'm really talking about a quick little resistance here back to the current highs of about 33 and then continuation onto the upside. I don't see that as a critical resistance. Okay, so the important thing to notice though is that the price action bounce, the bounce that we just got, is of course in the golden pocket. Guys, I talk about the golden pocket all the time. Okay, that is located between the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio and the 0.618. Whenever we retrace to that area, especially having a moving average in there as well, that serves as a very powerful area to bounce from. So very bullish. Okay, the golden pocket got that clean retracement right now, bounce upside of the 618. And now we're coming back to test the 618, literally like I was talking about right up here, right? We're talking about 1-spot 618 at 40.93. We'll get that retracement to the 272 and then a continuation to the upside. It could be repeating an iteration. Here goes. It's starting to turn red. We could get that opportunity soon, you guys. All right. So keep an eye on ticker symbol MLUN if you are trading on it. I still see an upside continuing into even maybe Tuesday next week. So just protect your longs, all right? Never give back what you've already gained. Make sure that you have risk management already in play, and also make sure to have fun, all right, you guys? I know we're talking about paper trading here, of course. We got to keep we got to keep it safe for the retail, right? So anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and now say what's up to the people that came in. What's up, Saffron? Good to see you. What's up, EO? Good to see you here. Thank you so much. I am not gambling. Never say that again. Snowdrifter saying happy Friday. Oh, happy Friday to you, my brother. I love it. So I'm curious on Frank's mention on GTBP. Absolutely. I already have it in my list. I want to make sure that I can cover that ticker with a thread. We'll go over here too, just to kind of see what's up, right? So that was Brenton saying let's talk GTBP. Definitely. I just retweeted it. I want to know what's going down with that ticker. There could be a bottom side already found there, a potential floor already in, which is usually around the area you want to try to get in for plays that can actually last for a nice, I would say, 1 to 2 month swing, right? Even especially now that we're getting that correction from the Fed, that is key moments for us to consider longing the market, right? So I like it, you guys. So let's go ahead and see who else is here in the chat, right? So what's up, TRA? How you doing, Crumpler? Good to see you here. So what's up, man? Yeah. And Zephram saying Arca got more powerful. I remember you were saying that, my brother. So anyway, this is GTBP. Let's pull it up. So I'm not sure if I'm forgetting tickers or anything, but go ahead and remind me, all right? So this is a NASDAQ Biopharma. And let's see what's up. Okay, does it have any news today, first of all? No, it looks like May 19th was the last time it released any news. And let's see, all you need to know about GT Biopharma, rating upgrade to buy. Okay, so there's been a rating upgrade. Actually, in relatively short term, actually. So let's see that in the forecast system here built in, right? So there, yeah, actually there is, right? Oh man, come on. It's hard to see this, bro. Why aren't you letting me do that? Okay, whatever. So yeah, there are. Let's see. The minimum rating is actually leading to $2. The average is around $3.50. And the top side is the rating is at about $5 with a buy signal right now on technicals, right? So that is interesting because we're actually gapping up, and we're currently at 41 cents with a $5 top side target. That's incredible. All right, so right now, Sebastian Lim, moderator, coming back in, giving us some very good news, saying that we have some potential tickers, right? So VEDU, SECO, and GREE, which is the ticker that I said just 2 days ago to keep on your watch list, right? But we're gonna go over GB. The one right prior to this, I can't even remember, right? So that is ticker symbol GTBP. Okay, so let's revise it. Let's see what we got, because I'm gonna make a thread on this an actual video, right? Because I want to know. It's funny because he's mentioning this right when we're getting the upside pivot of the 4-hour volatility versus momentum. I know Frank ain't looking at no volatility versus momentum, bro. Frank is over there he's dealing with kids. He's dealing with trying to find out what the company's doing, if they're even good in the first place, right? But it just so happens that the guy's already meeting physics with his he's meeting physics with his predictions over here. So very, very, very curious. Anyway, check this out. We're going to go back to we are at the 4-hour time frame. Increasing volatility, upside momentum. That is literally the first criteria that I look at for longing the market, right? So which means the buy hourly and the hourly have a potential upside pretty high already. There you go. The buy hourly is actually showing that upside continuation, critical volatility, and let's see, the hourly and 30-minute, they should be pulling back, which is going to allow entry, right? So this is already finding that top side. The 30-minute, let's see, 30-minute pulling back. All right, perfect. It's going just the way we thought. So immediately off the top of my head, I can see that potential long the market situation. This is the target that I'm talking about. Okay, SMA 10 at about 37.52, bottom of the range of about 36.11. This could be a good area to consider long on our paper trade, right? So we can actually long the market within this zone. I see a higher probability of the SMA 10 top, right? Of course, it's going to change as the time moves, but that's kind of the reason we have to keep an eye on these things, right? I'm very curious over one more thing, and I'm not sure if I have it here on my master layout. Oh my goodness, this is actually the Mullen layout. So we're gonna have to go back to our master layout and check this out, okay? But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that instead. So what was it? GTBP? Yeah, GTBP. I don't like to mess around with my layouts, especially when it's a statistical back test, right? It's information, it's invaluable information, right? So we're going to leave that there, right? So let's go ahead and just close out that so I know that it's safe. Okay, so now coming back to GTBP on the 4-hour, right? So yeah, let's see. Okay. Another thing to notice here, the RSI is crossing clean above that SMA 14. We're right in the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile. Highly likely this is continuing to the upside. We have DMI support at 28%, approaching to that 30. Very, very strong, and that gives official support to the stochastic momentum versus volatility profile. Okay, so that's looking absolutely strong. Let's go back down to see if we have that potential entry. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, we found that pullback there. I'm going to go ahead and draw it within this area here once more because, the other one was the Mullen asset. So right about that SMA 10 to the bottom side of the range here, 36. I said 36.11, whatever. So let's see. Do we have anything else that we can look at? Yes, we do. In fact, I was going to talk to you about the substance indicator, which is my active indicator. Okay, so this gives you in real time supports and resistances based on prior events and actually higher probability psychological targets. Okay, so please notice here that my discretionary target against my algorithm is absolutely in play. We're talking about 37 here in the algorithm and 36 at the bottom side. What do we got? 37.41, 36.08. Very, very good considering our discretion. Okay, so sometimes I use this indicator to actually match what I'm looking at, and specifically for the shorter time frame, not too much for the longer term time frame, right? Because this is it's an indicator. It's a little messy, right? I think I'm gonna I'm going to update it a bit so I can get it to be a little more, friendly, at least in a visceral perspective, right? So this is, yeah, so absolutely meeting our downside here. I love it. I love it. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and pull up now the reversion variant, because I do think that we have critical volatility. That mean we're going to have to revert to at some point, and we want to know where that mean is, at least in the 30-minute time frame, right? So let's go ahead and gain that visibility. Wow. Okay, so the reversion variant is suggesting a 35 in case we do mean revert. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, actually. I'm going to put it there as a range probability, and that's going to be my I mean, it's often that we come back to this area to kind of look at support, right? And this is what's giving us the mean reversion. So if that's gonna do it, then we have two ranges for potential longs, right? 37.41 to 36.08, and also 34.67 to 33.41. And that this bottom side target, the 33.41, would be a less likely scenario here, but we can't ever doubt it, right? It's just the range low of these candles right over here, which mark also the range high of these candles right over here, okay, and several others. All right, so yeah, it is a pretty important zone to look at, right? So I love it. I'm definitely favoring the bulls here. It just has to take a breather. We definitely want to come back and validate some supports. So now that we're looking at the 30-minute time frame, take a look at this. We're approaching that SMA 14, which could imply a potential support soon. Okay, and I'm talking about really soon, earlier than my targets that I just provided. Okay, so what can we do to validate or invalidate that potential drop even further? Well, we have to look at our upper time frames. Okay, so let's see the hourly with moving averages, and let's see what else we can look at. Okay, all right, so the hourly time frame, every moving average that we would honestly test before a continuation to the upside is within this area here. Now, if we pair substance to that, I don't have anything in that zone either. Okay, so it's okay. I'm really thinking that sometimes the price action in a psychological manner would want to test its moving averages, at least in the hourly time frame. A lot of people trade the hourly, by the way. So let's see the buy hourly, see if there's anything there that we can look at. In the buy hourly favoring the bottom side of the target, and likely if we see the 15-minute, that would be the top side targets. Let's see, yeah. So the 15-minute has the top sides, the 30-minute as well has the top side. So the higher probability thing now to look at is the reversion with fibs, inverse fib. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to probably use maybe the 30-minute or the hourly, depending on which let's use the hourly or the 30-minute, sorry. And in an inverse manner, we're going to take the fibs and see what we're doing as at least discretionary, right? So this right here, the 1 spot 272 landing right at our support, and the 2 fib having that very, very tight correlation here. So this, it's very curious that the 1 spot 618 is landing right within this area here. So I'm honestly now thinking that we can use the Fibonacci ratio in another manner right before the breakout here. So let's use this range high to this range low right before that breakout and see if we have tighter targets there. Okay, guys, there's no right or wrong answer when you're using your fibs. Just consider the probabilities here. All right, so 36.55 is the adjustment that we got, and that's feeling a little tighter now. Okay, so let me go ahead and mark off those very important zones. Okay, the 1 spot 618 at 36.55 and the not 618, you already know. I want to draw that in because guess where that support that I'm talking about down here lands, right? So first of all, the top side of the support is 34.67. You're looking at the not 618 at 34.61. High confluence, okay? So this area here, and now if we're looking at the SMA 100 and the EMA 55, they would highly likely be in the golden pocket, okay? So now that makes the higher probability support zone right here, which means I'm going to correct the entire other range that I had into favor this top side. Okay, so this right here is the other probability for support that I'm looking for. Okay, you guys, so keep an eye on these targets. I know that it may seem that it's not going to go back there. Oftentimes we will get that. Okay, so now continuing to invalidate or validate the potential support right now, let's compare the RSI and other time frames. Okay, so the hourly time, the buy hourly, look at the RSI. That's obviously not pivoted towards the downside. In fact, these little pivots tend to fail. See, it failed here. We didn't continue bearish. It just went up, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the hourly and see if we have that potential downside there or an extension to the downside. Even the hourly does not favor that. In fact, it's trying to get closer to the gravitational zone, suggesting that there could already be a potential bottom closer than even the targets that we're talking about now. This is how we have to do it, guys. We have to correct it as we go, and we have to try to get as creative into this. Remember, it's a game of probabilities here, okay, you guys? So now there's a secondary zone that we want to look at if it is that we're already at that support touch of the 30-minute RSI, okay? So this is the next obvious area to look at. The 2-spot 618 at 38.49 to the range low of this candle here, the prior 30-minute iteration, right? So just like this, that's where we can take our higher probability support bounce, right? So I'm really thinking that we can go down here. I'm not sure. We're going to see what's up, you guys. So yeah, with this upside here, look how it changed the RSI, right? It's still pivoted towards the downside, remember though, okay? So let's go ahead and just see what we have for GTBP moving forward. All right, keep an eye on it, you guys. It's now officially in the, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to officially land it in the watch list now, right? So what the heck? I always forget it. GTBP. So GTBP right over here. Cool. That is definitely in the watch list. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right over here because it's going to be my priority to make a video out of this. I'm very curious over this. Super curious. If you're curious over the life of it, then let's look to see how it's doing in a broader perspective. Oh my goodness, that's I need more screen. Let's see. So, wow, this thing has a lot of history. This is very good news. When we have a lot of history, that means that we have a lot of backtesting probability here. Broadening descending wedge in the breakout right now. I understand it. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. Check this out. Right over here, we have several confluent resistance touches just like this right here. We're going to adjust the drawing as we go, right? And then we have... so this is essentially a bullish formation and very common for bear market cycles. So let's see. Wrong place. I think we could get it probably back here. So let's see if we can match those three contact points there. I mean, yeah. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I see it. Perfect. All right. So yeah, this is the broadening wedge that we're looking at here, right? We have many validations for this. I feel like it's actually traded on the buy daily. Let's look at the buy daily and correct it there, okay? Because I want more obvious contact points, right? So in this case here, I still feel that it's a little okay. So when we have several contact points like this, we actually have to take the more obvious ones into consideration. So and honestly, too. Okay, price action is above the trend line, so that means that it is a breakout play as well. Okay, so let's see. We have the obvious tests, I would say. And these are buy daily, right? So test number, let's just kind of speculate here. Test number 1, right? So this right here is a very clean upside here. Test number 2 and 3, capitulation after 3, just like we always say, reaccumulation during that 3, and then the attempt to break out on 4, retracement, then 5. So 4 and 5 is met perfectly here. Okay, so now that breakout, let's see, we have 4, oh man, we just started the buy daily candle iteration right now. So look at the bottom side of this, okay? This is the buy daily that has several days to close. Okay, so we're going to be within this candle for a good amount of time. All right, so what I'm looking at here are 2 hammer candles after a downtrend, okay? Especially that we're on the daily, okay? This daily here, we have the downside. We printed a hammer candle here, second hammer candle, right? Now this candle here, the one that's upside, would be the validator for a continuation to the upside in a macro perspective, okay? It's meeting it's liking its candle analysis on the buy daily, okay? So this is another hammer here right after a downtrend, highly likely continue to the upside, looking good. Okay, so if that's the case, if we are in the validation period, that means that we have a huge ebb and flow here, okay? So, and now I want you to look at the targets that we were looking at from the shorter time frame against where we are now. Okay, I'm going to block out the fibs for now just so you can see. Check this out, okay, you guys? We have the potential of reaching all the way back down here, but I also marked this area, which just so happens to be right at the border of the validation of resistance into support. So if we're going to get that bottom side, we could actually wait. This on the buy daily, we could wait. So price action can go up. It can still go up again to retest that 45-cent zone from 40, right? But I honestly think we can get this cheaper if we want to actually swing it and get that real upside. I'm probably gonna long this ticker, and 3608 and 3741 would be my preference to look at. It just so happens that the NOT 618 that we were looking for is at 3654. So the higher likelihood for me personally would be 3654 to about 3608. I'm gonna get long the market there, and then that would be the validation of resistance into support, continuation to the upside. Of course, you guys. So here's where a lot of people are gonna trip for the future. Okay, so first of all, let me just go ahead and put in my fibs just so that I have them there and marked for future, for the future of when I create the video for this. Okay, this is where a lot of people are going to start kind of tripping. Per the trading book rules, you're looking at a topside target based on this formation of $1.10. Okay, so I'm putting it out there now. All right, just like I did for SONN, just like I did for Viri from 26 cents, just like I did for several assets, right? So I'm looking at a potential top side for this. It's gonna take weeks, all right, but because this is the buy daily iteration. Okay, so I'm looking at 111 from the potential bounce here at that 36.54. Okay, so let's just measure that. If we get that bounce from 36.54 to the upside here, you're looking at a 203% move to the upside, which reminds you of what? It actually reminds you of ticker symbol SONN and Viri literally sitting at 200% or 250% up now as we speak. In fact, I put together the statistics and I showed that we were going to reach 150%. And we got that literally a week ago. All right. So it's very curious that it's set up in that similar manner. Okay, so obviously, you guys, there's going to be several areas here to look at, right? But if we know the trend, that means that we're essentially encouraging counter trend trading here, meaning that we know that we're going to start an upside trend here. We're going to zigzag so we can trade that direction if we are aggressive. If we are long holders, if we're talking about investment, then the entry even right now does not even matter, right? So if you're looking at holding this for a year, 40 to 36 cents, that doesn't matter. You shouldn't be looking at that. You should be looking at the target where it can be in the future, months and months, potentially a year away. Okay, so in my personal case, I'm gonna be short-term trading this on the way up. I'm never going to be holding assets like that anymore. Okay, you guys. So that's particular to me. Please remember, it does not have to be the way that you trade. Okay, I'm personally a really aggressive trader. So in fact, I'm literally in the process of reopening my DAS trader setup. I'm getting a PC, a Windows-based computer for this, right? They're to specific specs, and I'm gonna have a whole other screen here for just the DAS Trader platform where I'm gonna momentum trade. Okay, you guys. So yeah, I'm looking at a huge range here, and this is a unique opportunity here because it is kind of flat bottomed, and that zone at that very 1797. I'm just gonna say it like this: highly likely the floor has been found. Okay, so I mean, one more thing that we can look at is go to the monthly and see what's going on there. Okay, so 14 days to close on this monthly iteration. It's already breaking market structure, so that means that we have to pay attention to our volume. Okay, we have 10 million here on that volume on the monthly. The previous candle was 5, previous to that was 3.5, previous to that was 1, previous to that was 2, previous to that was 1. So you can see that the volume is increasing and increasing. So that now that we're getting an upside here on this volume profile against a downside here on price action, that is a bullish divergence. So that means that in a macro perspective, that $1 target, $1.10, is more probable than not. Okay, so again, you guys, that's highly speculative. I have not tested this. I have not back tested this. I am giving this to you directly from my discretion. Okay, so I'm you can take it the way it is, but we practice risk management. Okay, but yes, I'm essentially saying that 110 would be the target to look at a few weeks to even a couple months away. All right. So, and I am gonna make a video out of this. Okay. So rest assured. All right. So just like I did for a ticker symbol SONN, there is a way to look at those probabilities as like, are we there yet? Are we potentially making that retracement? Well, yeah, you can do that. You can actually take into consideration here the first ladder. You have the second one right over here. You have the third right here. You have a fourth where everybody thought that was it. Usually the fourth or the fifth is the one, and we're at the fifth retracing with heavy volume. Okay, so that is, again, right, when I'm talking about the golden rule of three, test number 4 and 5 become a higher probability. When you're looking at ladders like this, test number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're all viable, okay? Especially when you're coming in with higher volume on the 5th iteration, that is highly likely that you're getting the upside soon. Notice how the green volume bar is coming in upside of the moving average. This is macro bullish. All right, you guys, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Just keep it in your watch list. Just do as you will, and make sure to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool, right? So yeah, you guys, we already saw the news. That's it for GTBP. So I'm really liking the setup here. Let me take a look at SONN. What the heck is going on with that one? So let's see. Brenson saying, what's a good time frame to look at when scalping? 1 minute? Okay, so that's yes, but there are traders who prefer the 5 and the 3, and there are traders who prefer the 1 and the 2. There are also traders who prefer the 1 and the 5. Right? So it really is particular to you. Another thing that you want to do is to make sure you can at least involve the hourly time frame to see what the overall trend is. So if you're validating your trend to the upside, try to see if you're in that upside trend starting from the hourly, ideally the 4 hour. Okay, so if you see a natural upside trend on that 4 hour, that means that you're in a natural upside trend in the shorter time frames, giving you a higher probability of upside in the general perspective, right? You're going to then have to identify the range of that path to the upside, and that's how you really momentum trade it, right? So yeah, man, not a problem. Got you. You're very welcome, dude. So, guys, I actually want to take a look at a couple things right now. Let me see what SONN is doing. We were talking yesterday about a potential upside continuation for this, and I haven't actually looked at it just yet, right? So, okay, well, it's meeting our targets. Nice. All right. So just yesterday we were talking about a potential entry to this range here, which is the 114 to about 133, and it looks like the top side today has been 110, getting very close to our projections. Nice. I like it. You're very welcome, Branson. Not a problem, my dude. I got you. So, yeah, you guys, you know what? We need to take a look at other tickers as well. I'm getting the upside on this. That's nice. We already kind of saw this anyway. So let's see what Viri is doing. So let me switch over the screens right over here, right? And go in to ticker symbol VIRI. And let's see if it's meeting our target. Yeah, well, it's meeting our targets. Nice. Nice. Everything that we were saying from yesterday, you guys, is kind of fulfilling right now, which makes it a very, very awesome opportunity for us, right? Like I said, you guys, we want to benefit from our potentials, right? We were looking at the upside probability here based on this, what is it called? The pennant, right? The symmetrical triangle here breakout. So that breakout target was leading to the top side of about $2.10. Okay, the top side of the range today is at 209. Okay, so we're getting the upsides that we're looking for. I really do think that this still has massive potential for continuation. And if you want to know my targets beyond that, yeah, I'm looking at about 240 to 246. I'm sorry that yesterday I put up this video and it was actually on the others. It was literally this. You were just watching this while I was actually on this. The new system has me a little confused. It's not the bugs. It wasn't a technical issue on that side. It was just sheer It was just idiocracy. All right. So anyway, you guys, you were able to listen to Arca as a podcast instead of a visual video, right? Yeah. So I'm still looking at these targets right up here, you guys. This is going to be a pretty. I wouldn't say like a huge pullback, but I mean, the probability of retracing from 240 to 246 to the 215 is highly probable. Okay, so that would be 618 to 618 before a continuation to the upside upon validating our due support. I'm saying closing a daily candle upside of 209. That's going to be the start of really some explosive moves. Okay. I'm talking about 209 jump to 240 retracement back. The spread is going to start to get really wide, okay? Because we're entering a zone where price action can essentially slide. Okay, so this is a very, very interesting area to look at. I spoke about this about a month ago. When we reach this area here, we're gonna start sliding up, right? So if we close a daily iteration upside of that 209, you guys, that's going to introduce that 240, retrace to 215, and 215 could be a very nice shot for a straight dollar shot, 315 to 316, okay? And in that case, then we would have to come back to the top side of about 246 to 240, and then we can see what can happen, right? So that's usually how the play works. Keep your eyes on that, right? Keep your eyes on ticker symbol VIRI. I mean, I've been saying that for a couple months now, literally when we were like over here somewhere. So around the 26, 27 cent area on a space call, I was looking at it, and then I told Frank, I'm like, this thing is going to $2. Oh my goodness. And I was of course, you know, when you're saying things like that on a space call, you're really like, you know, could it be like, does it have that power? But then you start back testing it, and then you're starting to see that it has good news catalysts or positive catalysts coming out. And then when you match that with geometrics, with your statistics, with your discretion, with a freaking massive gap, everything was kind of like, this is an A+ play. Like, this is highly likely going to go to the upside, right? So, of course, guys, we're going to have ebb and flow on this, right? Just be patient with what you're trading. But I mean, there is a reason why this is being called baby Pfizer, right? So yeah, keep your eyes on ticker symbol VIRI, making our moves very nicely. Another thing that we should take into account, you guys, is also the broader markets. Let's see what we're doing, right? Actually, my goodness, I do have some open positions that I have not seen. Of course, the stops and the take profits are there, but you know, you want to take a look at where you're currently sitting, right? So yeah, the broader markets look, I'm going to pull that up right now, right? So from actually, this is the master layout. So yeah, let's pull it up on this chart right over here. So let's see what the SPY is saying, right? So we have that upside. Okay, nice. I see the targets. We have a huge resistance at that 479 top side, very top side of November 2021, right? So it's funny that we're already trying to look into that, because looking at the monthly time frame, we have a very bullish cross upside of the SMA 14, and now we're sitting on the monthly RSI in the gravitational zone. Guys, this is very powerful for the broader markets, and I did mention this that if we had the validation of from the Fed, where they're going to pause a rate hike in this side, I did say that the markets were likely to rally heavily. Okay, you guys, so we're already meeting the top side of the resistance that we looked at almost perfectly to it, right? So this is the resistance that we were looking at 443.78. We got that touch perfectly to it, right? So now retracing, it's normal for us to come back, reload, and then suggest a continuation to the upside. If I were to say that we can find a support soon on the monthly time frame, it gives us a very, very clear shot at this zone right over here, right at about 440. Let's see. 440.43, you're looking at about that's a whole point, right? So 440.43 to the range of lesser probability here, 438.53, right? So, I mean, multiple point moves like that on the SPY are not impossible, but it's just, there really has to be sentiment behind it. And, I mean, I guess we do have it, right? So, yeah, potential pullback to that range. I'm going to put it in there for a reloading zone, right? So, in fact, I'm going to start loading my TQQQ calls, and I'm going to let them ride out for maybe 3 month out long calls, right? So if you are going to do that, make sure that you're looking at low implied volatility. Make sure to have enough or a good amount of open interest, as you want people to want that, right? But not too much, right? It's a tricky game playing the options world, right? So keep an eye on your Greeks, right? Things like the things, you got to know how much delta you're getting, right? So delta would be the multiplier, right? So that would be, if it's saying a delta of 70, meaning 0.70 cents, then you're getting 70 cents times 100 shares within one contract for every dollar increment up or down that the underlying asset is making. Right? I sound like a whole ass book right there. I'm sorry, but if it was a lot to kind of take in, that's really what it is, guys. So your delta, you want to pay attention to your theta, because that's now let's just say it's a theta of 0.03. You're getting 0.03 times 100 minus 0.03 times 100 shares, and that's going to show you how much you're going to be losing per every day that you hold the asset for every dollar increment up or down, right? So, or down, sorry. So theta is your enemy. That's what you have to keep a very close eye on, okay? The next thing that you want to also keep an eye on is Vega. So Vega gives you the implied volatility increment multiplier, okay? So that would be for every point that the implied volatility percentage moves up or down, that's going to be how much you're going to lose times 100 shares of the contract of the underlying asset, right? So those are the most important ones, and gamma as well, right? Gamma is you can think of gamma as being the bonus to delta. So when you do run in the money, say for example you bought an out of the money contract, right? If we're trading at 441 right now and you're looking at a long out of the money call, then you would be saying, I want a long call that's probably at 443. You're betting that it's going to reach 443 and beyond. So you got that long call. As soon as you got that break upside into the money, gamma applies to delta, creating a bonus and a boost to your delta. And then yet again, from that moment, the implied volatility rides up. So that's going to give you an IV pump, right? So when that happens, your options contract literally triples, right? So from that moment there, then every single step you're going upside beyond that strike price, right, that you got at 443, every dollar up, you're just increasing implied volatility, you're increasing open interest, your Vega is ripping into the gamma, into the delta. Your one contract was $30 and now it's like 300, right? So that's the importance of looking at things like the metrics, like the Greeks within your options, okay? So make sure to keep a close eye on those things, as that's likely how you're going to be able to determine the upside. Another quick little secret right here, guys. When you're looking at options and you're looking at a delta of under 50 cents, that's the probability. Think of your delta as the probability, or you know what? We can actually think of the delta and your implied volatility. I would actually put implied volatility ahead of this. Okay, so look at your implied volatility. If you're getting something like I would say a 70% implied volatility, then that could be the probabilities of it going up. So 70% that'll reach the money that you're talking about. Right. So, but I do have to say that there's a lot of speculation behind that. Some people it depends on the ticker, right? So some people favor the actual delta as the probability of reaching your number. So meaning that if you get a delta of 0.80 cents, that's 80% probabilities that it's going to meet your target. Right, so it's just kind of a trade secret there. Okay, keep that in mind for whoever is here right now. That's something that should be into practice when looking at or when shopping for options contracts. Right, so I as a new trader, or I'm talking about for whoever is new here, I would stay away from your zero DTE options. Okay, you don't want to trade your zero expiry options contracts, because if you don't have your risk management in play, you could absolutely explode your account with one. Okay, you guys, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Make sure that you can practice first. There's a lot of metrics to keep into considerations for options contracts. They're very, very complex. All right, you guys, but that's how you do it. So let me look at the 4-hour time frame here on the SPY and see what else we got, right? So let me bring up the rest of the tools here. And I'm going to get out of the RSI here. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, we're getting that pullback right now. It's funny that we saw it from the monthly time frame, right? So yeah, we're getting a pullback right now, and I would honestly have to favor this target here for us, 438.53 to 440.34. Even still, the range high is literally that, right? So I like it. All right, so that's going to present a pretty bullish scenario here. Right within that is the SMA 10, which, I mean, if you zoom out and you take a look at your price action, look at what's been happening with the SMA 10 represented by this green line. We're testing at every every bump to the upside, we're coming back to test that moving average, and we're using it as a guide towards the upside, right? So that's why I'm saying that this range could be a higher probability. The SMA 10 is located within there. That's also a geometric level that we want to keep in mind in case the price action does fail that 439.34 of the SMA 10, which has high correlation to this top side of the candle range here. I would honestly look at the EMA 21 too, and that would be, I guess, positioned right at about 437.16 in the next maybe 4 hours, right? So we can still get a little bit of an upside here. It's delayed, okay? These are delayed effects, delayed indicators. But honestly, the moving averages are the next to price action and volume. That's your best forward-looking indicator, okay? So yes. Still showing. I'm still showing VIRI. Okay, thank you. So yeah, you guys. So the ticker symbol SPY. I'm sorry. This is the probability that I'm talking about, right? So we have that SMA 10 located within that zone that we looked at in the monthly. So retracing back into this area. If we fail that, definitely keeping an eye on this target right over here, right? So the space between these candles here, that would be another area to look at. So that 437.09, of course, it's a range, but it's a dangerous range as we're starting to get close to an invalidation zone. Okay, so this is your secondary loading zone, 434.95 to 437.16. I'm not sure that we have the liquidity to really drop that far, to be perfectly honest. But yes, I'm gonna load TQQQ calls on this, and then I still see an upside continuation for the broader markets. There's literally no reason why the broader markets would actually sell off unless we're starting to get some bearish news from Jay Powell or something, or some type. I don't want to say the war, right? So, but we're gonna say the war, so something like that, right? Those things actually affect price action heavily. All right, so upside still on that, right? So let's go back to our tickers. What else do we have, right? Somebody else is asking me right here to take a look at ticker symbol. I thought it was, no way, is it still active? BYQ? Bed Bath & Beyond, right? So BYQ. Here it is. And, oh man, sorry for I was practicing plays within this, right? So let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out of the way so we can see what's happening. 4-hour time frame looks strangely curious here. Okay, hold on. I mean, I know we're at that inflection point, right? We already had seen this target from way before. We've used it as support. We've broken out of it. Resistance when we break down from it. We literally have used this area so much. So it's only notable that we would find a floor there. So if we're counting iterations here, 1, 2, 3, and this is test number 4. Okay, so I mean the four from the ladder, remember, is a higher probability retracement bottom, right? But we want to validate that with several things. First of all, we're getting the stochastic momentum versus volatility perfectly in place where we want it. We're actually starting an expansion phase from critical contraction, and we're still expanding, right? With an upside pivot here on stochastic momentum, that marks a pretty important move. Okay, so let's look at the bi-hourly stochastic. Okay, we have that upside on stochastics on the bi-hourly. Let's look at the hourly time frame. Upside on the hourly time frame, very nice. Okay, so this is absolutely validating it. Okay, 30-minute time frame also. Oh my goodness. From this moment, guys, we're actually gonna have to wait for a long entry, right? As this top side would have to be met first. So 2202 could be the next target to look at. And then the pullback from this area would eventually lead to the present lows of about 2070 to about 2098. So 21 cents would be the get long entry, right? So we wait for the retracement back from actually this area here. Let me just put it there like with a line, right? So something like this here, around that 2205, ever so slightly lower though. So let me just put it like this, 22 cents, right? 22 cent retracement here. We come back to the area that we're in as a validation for support. You're going to say, Arca, well, we're there right now. Why don't we just get long there? That's because we got to validate it. So we've already made a move to this upside. It's already extended into this target. So we want to move further up and validate that this extension is valid for a continuation to the way up. So we got to wait for that validation. We get long the market, and then we take it to the upper targets. And then, in my style, you literally trend trade it, right? So know that there is, guys, this area that I'm looking at here is very important. Okay, so first of all, I want you to kind of see what I'm seeing. Okay, so price action was here, consolidating, then boom, whatever happened here, we got that news, huge capitulation. Okay, so we got that capitulation here to arguably the center of the range. Okay, so this is that support. This is a very important support level, a support range. Okay, we got the bounce to the upside, and we marked the top side ish of the range, okay? And we've used it here as that form of resistance. So now we know that we have a chop zone, okay? So this chop zone here, we want to make sure that we can convert the mean into a support right here, right wherever we're talking about. If we can get a move all the way back down here, that'd be amazing, actually. So if we're looking at the best area to enter, it would be around 1950. Validate that support, then we can break out. Okay, you guys, so it's looking good. I just think that we have some things to solidify within this area here. And notice that we're in the 30-minute, all right? So this is likely going to live out within a couple days of trading. All right, so just keep an eye on those things, okay, you guys? So now let's go ahead and take a look at other ones, right? Keith, what's up, man? Are you looking? Is that a ticker right there, TMC, that you're looking at? Let's go ahead and pull it up, man. Let's see what's up. All right, so TMC, NASDAQ ticker. So good stuff, good stuff. All right, so... Man, okay, we're getting the pullback we wanted, the 30-minute time. I'm sorry that I'm looking at it inverse right here. I just want to make time for as many people as I can, right? So hourly time frame, we want that downside too, all right? And then the bi-hourly, hopefully we can get either consolidation, right? We have the downside here on the hourly as well. But we want to get consolidation on the bi-hourly, or we want to get already an upside. So let's look at it. All right, so this could be, I mean, arguably this could be consolidation, especially if you just make it big and look at this the EMA 3, you can see that it's more flat than it is the SMA 14, right? So we want to lead with the EMA 3 because it's a shorter time frame, right? So that's already showing us that there could be consolidation, which means that we could look at a potential upside on the 4-hour. I'm not sure that we're there yet, but let's look. There we go. We have that upside in the 4-hour. The 6-hour has the upside highly likely, right? We're getting that cascading effect. 8-hour time frame should have that upside too. Critical volatility on all of them, by the way. We have that upside barely starting. Okay, so now we know that we have a higher probability for an upside. Also, the fact that we're moving upside of the moving average here, that's another great sign for this, okay, you guys? So we're noticing here that the upside probabilities are still in the favor of the bulls, okay? I would have to say that in this extension, I would not get long the market here, okay? I would actually wait for a pullback. This is highly likely going to continue to the upside from this current moment, okay? So we're going to probably continue to the upside to face a rejection between the areas of 149 to 160. We come back, and we're highly likely going to test this as the support zone. Okay, so we have a range. Okay, first of all, this candle here opening exactly at that range too. Okay, this candle here closing at that range too. This is high confluence. Okay, a lot of top sides faced on that area. Okay, what you want to do is make sure that these top sides are a valid zone to look at for potential entry, okay? So this, I would honestly wait for the upside pump, then I would wait for the retracement and look for the first area to start getting getting long the asset at about 117, okay? So this is a good play. It's happening. It's definitely happening, right? So yeah, just keep an eye on it. I would wait to get long the market here. The ranges, I'll mark it down for you too, right? So look at this area here between about 119 to the space of these two candles here. There's an imbalance here, right? So that imbalance that you're looking at, 113 to 119 for a potential long. What I would say is that if you start failing an 8-hour candle, you're going to look at invalidation now, okay? So if you start failing an 8-hour candle beneath this 92.98, it's a range too, okay? So 92.98 to 98.01, this is your invalidation zone, okay? Which means that failing this area here with an 8-hour closure below this support, that means that the price action here is entirely invalidated, and you're highly likely going to return everything that you already gained. Okay, so this is where a lot of people get trapped. A lot of people get trapped thinking that we're going to continue to the upside from this moment. No, wait for that upside. Let it happen. Let people trade that. Don't get in the market just yet. Wait for the pullback, get the price you want, be aggressive, right? So that's what we want to do. We get that discount, and then we look at for the further discount. If we don't get that further discount to where we can re-average in, then we scale up upon validations. Okay, you guys, it depends on how you play it. But definitely keep that in mind. TMC is looking pretty good, okay? You guys, keep an eye on that. You know what? Real quick, before I move on to the next ticker, I actually want to keep an eye on ticker symbol APE, right? Because I am going to strategically exit the market from this ticker, and it's ripping right now. So notice here that the topside target that we were talking about just yesterday is the resistance where we are right now. Take a look at that. Let me go ahead and just move my my indicators out of the way so that you can see just how precise the price action is landing, right? Here's our trend line from yesterday. And this is where the price action is right now. You guys, highly likely, we're going to face a resistance right here. So honestly, man, you know what? This is the pullback that I was looking for. So I wanted to get long the market, ticker symbol APE, for the first average down in 2 years. So I am going to touch this asset for the first time in 2 years. I'm talking about a $16 or $17 average here. And I'm waiting for a pullback here to potentially 174, right? So if I get that 174 pullback, oh man, I'm going to start scaling in onto this because 167 shares, right? That's with an average of $16. I'm going to bring that average, I'm going to floor it. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes, right? So this is moving to the upside so violently. In fact, I want to see the damn P&L. I haven't actually pulled that up in forever. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start scaling out of this position. I'm gonna liquidate my AMC and APE position because I am currently loading a broker because I'm gonna move into futures trading. I'm looking at the micro E-minis for the S&P 500 and also. After that, I'm potentially going to start looking at WTI for oil, right? So I definitely think I have an edge, a good enough edge now to trade futures and really, really kill it. I think I'm going to load the account with maybe $4,000 to $5,000, of which I'm going to pull from different areas, and I'm going to see if I can get that $5,000 to be around 20K over the next 10 to 15 days. So let's see if we can get that done, okay, you guys? So 179 marking the top right now. What is going on with this login? Come on, man, come on. Can't see what's going on right here because the Fidelity app is damn slow. All right, you guys, thank you so much, everybody, for coming by today. Really, really excited to be streaming on this happy Friday. You guys, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, hit that bell notification so that you know anytime that I am live here in the streams, right? Also, whenever I post up a video, you'll also be notified by that. Not to mention, guys, that it does kind of help with the algorithm. It also does help people get exposed to my trading style, as I would like to continue encouraging that, right? There's several ways to look at the markets, guys. Oh, nice. I'm about 2% up on the day. All right. What the hell does that even mean? So, yeah. Guys, remember, we're going to be closed on, the markets are going to be closed on Monday in observance of Juneteenth, right? So, wow, I've never seen green on APE or AMC in literally forever, right? So, very, very interesting times here to look at this, right? So, yeah, I have, all right. Oh, the cash settled. Yes. So now I'm going to wait for the pullback. There's no way I'm entering long here, guys. No way. Wait for the pullback, okay? Never enter into strength, okay? Do not enter your position into strength. Upon validation, you can scale in during the strength, but never enter during strength. Okay, that's FOMO. That's a gamble. Wait for the pullback. You want to get a cheaper price always, okay, you guys? No matter what. Why? Because these opportunities happen every single day of the trading world, okay, you guys? There's literally thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of tickers to look at for for long positions or short positions, right? You don't have to rush into these things because then if you do that, you know, that's oftentimes where you get caught bag holding. Okay, you guys, we don't want to be bag holders. We want to be professional traders, and you know the rest of the story for that. Okay, you guys. But yeah, very nice to look at this. The app changed over so much time. This is literally the first time I've looked at my P&L for AMC since 2 years ago. It's just sitting there. But now that I need the liquidity to create a pretty good pillow room for futures trading, as it is margin trading. I guess I want to keep a good $4,000 or $5,000 in there so that I can convert into something else, right? Damn, this is absolutely strong. So, holy crap. This is really knocking at that 179. What is 179, by the way? I don't even, guys, I haven't really I haven't really looked at this ticker at all too much. I mean, we are at a lot of resistances right now, but the top side could be faced today around 183. No way. Let's go and look at it, man. FFIE. What is up? And I did miss another ticker. We're gonna look at it, right? We have we got let's see. Dang, sorry guys, I'm not keeping up with the chat either. My apologies. So what's a good time frame? Oh yeah, I got that one right there. Got it. Thank you. Dang it, boy, saying gotta get back to work. Thanks for doing these, brother. Have a great weekend. If you hear this later, my bro, take care. You too. And away saying show spy. Yeah, what the heck is the spy doing too? Look at that, man. I want to look at the spy. Just hold on just a moment. Right, so this is already, we cleared that gap on the 8-hour. Damn, this is highly likely to retrace to that gap, right? So the long entry here would be around 663. You want to validate this with at least a 1 hour, preferably 4-hour candle closing upside of the 663 range before getting long the ticker. So yeah, you guys, that's nice for F. Oh, this is the wrong ticker too. That's FIE. FFIE. What the heck? The keyboard didn't. We're not typing well right now. Okay, we penetrated the target that we were looking at for today. So 45.17 was the top side that we were looking for, and we're at 48.77. Jeez Louise, man. Look at that. Sebastian Lim, you didn't even tell me. Anyway, you guys, this is the resistance zone that you want to look at here. Don't get long the entry, okay? Don't get long this bull run. Don't do that, okay? So wait for the pullback, because you're likely going to find a pullback from that zone of about 51.69 to 54.62. The pullback is actually going to be a pretty significant one too. I can see it would be to come back right into this zone here. Okay, so highly likely it would be this target in particular, 44.04. Okay, so right in the smack in the middle of this range. So 44.04 like this. This would be the higher probability retracement, right? Then you want to get long the market and take it to the upside, okay? Second, you have secondary probabilities, but sometimes people start longing the market right before the actual area of support, which is 41.98, in order to catch entry, right? So you would actually just do it a couple ticks up, and then you get that bounce to the upside. So yeah, not a problem, man. So very, very cool, very cool. So is COSM in play for the upside? Let's go ahead and take a look at that, right? So COSM was I'm sorry, we were going to look at SPY real quick. Hold on, let's just look at the SPY. Let's see what's going on. We want to keep an eye on the broader markets right now, guys. This is incredibly important. Okay, so all right, so we met that downside target that we were looking for already, and it's bouncing from our zone. Check it out. This is literally what we were saying we were going to bounce from, right? So these are the loading zones. If we're going to fail this area here, then this is the secondary zone here. But we're getting the bounces right from where we're talking about. That's the important thing, is that we can see consistency in our support touch and our resistance touches, right? We need to identify trends in order for us to identify probabilities and long position or short position entry zones, right? So let's go ahead and now take a look at that ticker, COSM, right? So remind me, I need to switch over the screen again. So COSM here, let's see. Okay. I'm happy that I have the thread of analysis here up, right? Because this is usually where I go to create the thesis. 8-hour time frame already getting a bounce. And what was the low of this candle? That was a low of 312, and we went down. Okay, so yeah, this is what I mean when sometimes people want to take long position before just slightly before the actual target that I just mentioned. Something like that is this, right? So this is the NOT 618 at 309. The price action is starting to reject from actually this target here at 312. So that's not to say that we can't go down there. I'm just saying that that's usually where people start to long their entries, right? Just ever so slightly above that target, okay? So this, whatever happened today, we got a huge upside to, look at the resistance that we faced. Look right over here, the 2-spot 618. Right at that, in fact, it went a cent up. So 349, we got that resistance. Very likely we're going to face that resistance at that 618 target. But the more important thing that you want to look at here, this is the more important thing. This is an inverted hammer now, okay? We have about 32 minutes to close it. I know it's a little bit of an eternity away, but that would be a pretty strong validator for a potential V-shaped recovery from this area here, okay? In fact, COSM got some good news today. Who knows, right? Who knows? But it's happening. And we have to see how valid this candle could be. This is the sign. This is the sign here that that there's still some potential for upside from this moment here. Okay, you guys. And I did mention this actually on Tuesday. I said highly likely we can find a floor at 312. So, and I marked it, and I also marked it as 309 to mark the golden pocket. But I was looking at a retracement from 312. So this is happening pretty good. Okay, you guys, let's just see how consistent we can be with those calls, and then we can move on. Guys, yeah, COSM is still in play. It's just that it has a lot of sentiment, and it has a lot of bag holders. Okay, so when you're making these upside moves, oftentimes you're going to get dudes who are saying, I'm not going to get any better than this, or they're just going to liquidate all their position because they're afraid, right? So we're going to face a natural heavy up and down on this. And until we start breaking the areas of about $4, then we can actually start getting into a safer play, right? But this is also kind of marking the floor for this formation. Check this out. This is a formation that I was talking about, right? So this is a time fractal within an ascending, a right-angled ascending broadening wedge, right? So you're looking at the first iteration here, top side to top side, 14 days and 8 hours, right? So now you're looking at bottom pivot to bottom pivot, 14 days and 16 hours. The next pivot right here, this pivot to this top side pivot here, 14 days and 16 hours. The bottom side of the pivots, right? This, let's see. Yeah, this pivot to this pivot right over here, you're looking at literally another 14 days. So it's just 14 days there's an outlier here though, okay? So you're looking at an outlier of about 11 days here, okay? From pivot to pivot, meaning the lowest pivot down here to this pivot up here, right? So we have that 11 day there. If we were to imply that we can touch another 14 fractal here, then that would essentially mean that we could be facing a top side or a bottom side by or at around Tuesday, June 23, which is already kind of showing indications that we may find that pivot, right? So this could be the 14th day right over here, and then we could be riding that thing to the upside, right? So keep your eyes on COSM as it is looking pretty bullish, okay? So this is good stuff, guys. Now, yeah, let's go back to the other screen, you guys, and see what else we have. We have a few other tickers to look at, right? We still have RCRT to look at. Let's see what we can do, all right, you guys? I know that I'm... so we got COSM. Yeah, we got it. All right, you guys. So FFIE, no pullback. Damn, man, I'm telling you, the FOMO is real within that ticker. Jeez. All right. So hold on just a sec. Let's continue on the chat. Enter 174 for Ape. That's one of the targets that I was looking at, right? So let me just re-clarify, because I am essentially looking for that. So I would say, yeah, the space between the 2 spot 272 and the 2 spot 618, I would favor the 174. If you are, here's the thing though, is that I rarely ever make a full entry on one target, right? So sometimes I will wait. I will do like whatever I'm going to allow myself to trade. I'll either do a 25% position or 50% and wait to see if there's a potential further downside to that. Then I would actually put in some more risk there, and then officially at a third zone, thus making a pretty nice average between the actual areas of entry. And that from there I will long, right? So yeah, it's I mean, this is showing absolute strength, right? But absolutely right here, look at this. This area right here is not only an opening of a candle and closing of a candle, right? I'm sorry, this is the closing of the green candle. This is the opening of the red, right? So they're matching. And then also this creating a huge tweezer top, marking a very strong capitulation event. That zone is going to naturally be a very strong area of resistance. And people, just like I said, not a lot of people take into consideration the absolute dollar target. So they'll start selling right before that target, which is literally what the candle is doing right now. People are noticing that that's the zone right there. They're going to trade the breakout. This area here has several potentials. Okay, first of all, I'm going to average in at 174. Yes. I'm just going to be, all right, here you go, man. I'm just going to give you the play the way I'll do it, the way I would post it for the members. Okay, I'm going to do 174. I have 179, another potential 25% entry, and my final entry would actually be right down here. It would actually be right near the not 618 at about, I would say about the space of about 162, and I would honestly favor about 164 on that one fib. That's going to be my third average down, and that's going to put together a pretty nice cost basis based on this area here. I just don't want to miss the upside because I've been holding this for 2 freaking years. I'm strategically going to scale out of this, right? So I'm going to try to minimize the loss as much as I can. I'm going to literally try to correct old whoever I was before Arca, right? So I'm going to try to correct that person in this scale out, in this strategy. So this is what I'm doing, okay, you guys? So this is essentially what I'm looking at for ticker symbol APE. I'm not going to average in on AMC because APE is the one that's going to close. Okay, so there's a lot of speculation that the RS for AMC is actually going to happen. So that this price action that's happening right now is typical for when, you know, somebody knows something. Right, so it's gonna rise upon and rise, and then they're gonna say, "Here's the RS," and then capitulation. So I want to ride this thing to the upside, and in doing so, I want to make sure that I don't rush into the entry, so that I can get my average as low as I can, as fast as possible. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna start kind of FOMOing into this. I want to make sure that I can get the discounts that I look at. It is following some pretty nice geometrical rules right now. Yeah, these are my long entries right here, you guys. So just know that I'm not just gonna blow the entire amount of settled cash that I allowed for this in one entry. I'm gonna scale it in. All right, you guys, and that's going to actually be my first official scale in or any type of entry for ticker symbol APE since it opened. In fact, I have not bought a single AMC share for 2 years, right? So that's it's just out of the question, right? So here, check it out, guys. We're starting to get a stronger pullback right now, right? So marking that could have been the top. Right, so let's just see if that's actually an area here. A lot of people, the FOMO is trying to pull in, but the FOMO is not heavy enough for the amount of sellers that are actually being presented right now. Okay, so sellers, I'm talking about short position scalpers and also take profits from longs. Okay, you guys, so yeah, keep an eye on this. I'm gonna get the hell out of it. That's all I'm saying. All right, so yeah. Let's look at SONN, right? So let's see, man. This thing just ripping to the upside, right? Jeez. Oof. Okay, so we got a downside here too. Oh, it was 112. That's not bad. What the hell? I thought it was actually something worse. I don't know why I thought that. But let me take a look at the other. Oh, okay, perfect. Look at this, guys. We're already inside of the target that we were talking about last night. So 114 to 133. We're in the range now. So good. we're being consistent with our calls, right? We want to do that. We want to make sure that we can practice the puzzle. And know for a fact, here, I'm being transparent with you guys. I am not long this ticker. I am not long COSM. I am not long ticker symbol VERI. That all is for retail, okay, you guys? That is for you. I put together these statistical metrics, all this effort here for you. I'm not trading it. I will not trade it. All right, you guys. So this is all you guys. Just follow my videos if you'd like, but do not follow it as financial advice. Follow it as how to solve a puzzle, how to solve a game. Okay, but you can see right down here, my paper trading thing is active because I'm consistently practicing. Okay, you guys, so we want to train like athletes do for traders as well, right? So let's see what else is going on here on the chat. So let's see, SONN pumping. Yeah. So you got it at SONN yesterday. That's fine, man. I usually would do things like that. You trade the ranges, right? You face the resistances that you want, get the pullback, re-enter, ride the next wave to the upside, pull out, right? Re-enter at the next wave to the downside, and then do the thing over, rinse and repeat, right? You want to get these small gains as a trader. If you're pocketing 7% to 13% daily, you'll be surprised how fast you'll get there, man. It's incredible to compound, to use that compound effect like that, right? Using your gains for the next. I'm not talking about full entry here. I'm just saying that every little bit of gain that you get into your portfolio just increases your portfolio size. That means that your smaller sizes that you're doing, risking 1%, 2%, 5% portfolio, whatever that is, those 5% entries are going to start getting larger and larger as you start bringing in those shorter term gains, right? Those daily gains. So that's kind of how it works out, right? So yeah, just it's strategic, guys. Make sure that you are looking at this like if it were a very cool video game, right? You're like the sickest video game that you've ever faced, the coolest chess match that you're about to. It's like you're about to have a chess match against the grandmaster, right? So look at it like that. The sooner you can separate yourself from the monetary aspect of trading, the faster you'll understand that the respect for the craft is number one. It's not the money. It's the craft. You're literally talking. You're literally here competing against the sharpest minds in the world, and those sharpest minds don't look at the trade for the money. They look at it because it's such a cool puzzle where the most talented minds can all meet together in one place every day to see who's better. Okay, you guys, this is literally an online free-for-all game. It's literally like Call of Duty out here, man. So it's you have to look at it like that, okay, you guys? Or else I have to say that you're just not going to succeed. All right, you have to look at this like a craft, respect it for what it is. Okay, you guys, because many of those traders, I'm telling you, they do look at it just like that. Okay, so we're already getting a pullback into that zone that we were looking at, right? So yeah, absolutely, Snowdrifter knows that, man. You got to love the game. All right, you guys, so that's how we identify the plays. That's how we know that the freaking book is literally called, I don't know, since the 70s, it's been called the playbook. The playbook for trading, okay, you guys? So it's called the playbook for a reason. And, oh, by the way, let me actually switch over the screen here to COSM. When you're getting candles like this with a tiny little body and a huge wick to the upside, that is a very high quality candle. Okay, so that actually gives you a huge probability for an upside. Okay, so if we get this to actually be a Dragonfly Doji, that is going to be absolutely powerful. It's already a Dragonfly right now, right? So we want to get that, and then we actually get a huge upside pump from that. This is awesome, you guys. It's looking really good. We'll just keep an eye on it and see what's up. So let's go back to this screen over here and load the broader markets yet again. We want to see what's going down. Actually, let me see Ape real quick. All right, yeah, check it out. We're already getting that pullback. I'm literally telling you, don't long it now. It's gonna pull back. We gotta be patient, right? It's already testing the top side of the psychological target that we were looking at, right? Of course, people are gonna try to get long there. You don't get long there. That's where everyone's going to try to get long. Don't do that. That's the very obvious area to trap a long bias trader, okay? You got to get the prices you want or nothing, okay? Be aggressive like that. Make sure that you say, if it doesn't meet this target here, I don't care if I miss it. I'm not going to dip a single hard-earned working dollar that I have into this trade unless it meets my discount or nothing. Okay, so I mean, just like you would for somebody that you're trying to bargain with on Craigslist or on OfferUp or something. You say, dude, I like your TV. I like it for $300, but I honestly don't see it going above there. I can give you $250 right now. I have the cash on me. I will respect you if you can, I will respect it very much if you can take my offer. Right? So then he's going to tell you, no, $265. No, I really want $250 because you don't have any more money. What happens if you don't have any more than $250? Right? You're not going to pay more, right? So you're going to get your discount no matter what. So then if this guy says no, you're going to get it from someone else, but you're going to get it. That's the point. All right, you guys. So enough of the psychology lessons here, right, for the trade, and let's get back into this. Let's see what else we have moving. Oh man, this is incredible, man. And look at ticker symbol VIRI still holding that top side. It's in the $2 range still. Damn it. My goodness. So we got absolutely the retracement right from the top side that we were talking about yesterday. That's looking very good as well, you guys. So remember still that VIRI, my overall target for maybe the end of next week could be this right over here. 315 to about the better part of 337. That's kind of what I'm looking at to fulfill the upper bound of the first standard deviation of 125% from the firing of the signal, right? That would literally take us to that target of about 337. Keep an eye on that, okay? Keep a close eye on that. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and go back here to the chat and see what people are talking about, right? And while we do that, I'm actually just going to leave in display here. Is this the chart? Yeah, in display, I'm going to leave the ticker symbol SPY, right? So at least we have the broader markets in our visibility while we talk, right? So let me go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so we're still within that range for long on the SPY, right? We're already looking at that potential there, literally lingering around that support, right? So it's looking not bad, you guys. I think we could probably get a little bit further of a downside here. I mean, could there? Yeah, I would say we can still get a further downside. You look at the 8-hour RSI coming back down to this RSI 14. Yeah, we can afford it. We can afford to come back down a bit. And I would honestly have to say, that this is starting to become a higher probability. 438.53 could be a zone for really getting long, right? 439.07 could be the top side of that tiny little range there. So it's looking good. So anyway, yeah, let me go ahead and come back here to the chat and see what's really going down, right? So Blah, blah, blah. Sherry is saying, thanks for the update on COSM. Not a problem. Very happy to help. And Brenson is saying, awesome. What's recommended for entry on FFIE? I'm not sure. I think I covered that, right? So now Brenson's saying 44. I think so. Philip with a nice little emoji there. What's up, man? So let's see. Zephram saying the women on Craigslist don't like it when you negotiate. Really? Is that it? You know what? I have actually... I don't okay, here actually I'm kind of a cop out within that, right? I tend to be that asshole that that negotiates over the phone. Or over text. I just immediately say like, hey, I don't want to waste your time or my time. I'm looking to spend this much amount this much amount of money. So if you would consider that, then I can make my way to you over the next few hours, and I'll just give you the cash, and we'll do the damn thing, right? So I often say that because I don't like to kind of beat around the bush. And I also don't like to be in places where I know I'm not being productive. So either with my son or with my trading or with my production, whatever that is, I just don't like to be in those places for too long. I'm an introvert, right? So I come back in and I continue developing. I continue raising my son and my daughter, right? Hanging out with the family. That's all important to me. So now, Flame, what's up, man? Good morning to you. So Brenton, what's up? Can Viri jump to $8? So that is a good question. In fact, I answered that question several times in some space calls, right? So where I was talking about beating that $3.16 zone, that first of all will catapult us to the $4 target, okay? So now there's another inflection zone by 458 to around 495. You're looking at the thread right now that I'm gonna be saying when we get there. Okay, so I already know the targets that I'm looking for in the case that where we do convert the 316 into a support. Okay, so that target that we're looking for is around 464 to around 513. Closing a daily candle above that 513 would then slide the price action into the area of about 635. I would say 583 to around $7. Okay, so from $7, we have a resistance at the top side of 733. Okay, so that 733, we would need a higher time closure. Okay, so meaning that it would be way better if we can get maybe a 3-day closure or a bi-daily closure above 733, because 733 would mark off $9.11 zone. Okay, so I'm sorry that I'm not actually meeting $8, but I'm giving you the range of 733 to about 911 upon conditions. Okay, so we want to make sure that the conditions are absolutely favoring the bulls on that way up. What I can say is that the approval of whatever drug was being talked about in this huge run to the upside here, which was about 150% up or something, that same drug that got, I don't know, the deal went sour or something, and so it capitulated. That same deal is happening now. Okay, so this is why the price action is heavily rising to the top. Okay, so this, I honestly think that this is one of those tickers that where you see, just historically speaking, it's like, whoa, what happened there? That was nasty. And then you're just like all the way up there, right? So that's kind of like what I'm looking at here. All right, so yeah, let's continue on with the chat right over. So we're still holding SONN. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, man, my top side target right now is still a ways away. I'm thinking maybe Thursday next week, Wednesday next week, we can reach the 335, 330 zone. And let me go back here to the chat and see what's up, right? So Pub saying, yeah, absolutely. We already talked about it. Let me just kind of touch down on it one more time, right? I'm going to be making a full thread on this. So we are looking at, first of all, a bi-daily formation here, okay? So this is a broadening descending wedge on the bi-daily, okay? So this actually is making a pretty broad move to the upside, okay? So this is a breakout play already, okay? So first of all, let me get the fibs out of the way one more time. We're getting that fifth test, all right? This is following the golden rule of 3 very nicely of resistances. That breakout test number 4, reclaim the inside, test number 5, true breakout, and we're getting that upside with a gap. We're gapping up heavily here. Okay, so this, I mean, naturally speaking, of course, we're at a very nice area of resistance. I think that we can still face a pullback to around the areas of about 39, And I remember, my actual target for this is the space between 37.41 and 36.08 on a pullback. It feels really far away, I know, but usually when we break outside of these formations, a test back to that support level to convert it as support is likely. Okay, so that's the only reason why I'm. Look at that! Somebody saying right again. Ka-ching. Not everybody believes that, man. Thank you so much, though, if you're listening to this live. All right, so, okay, thank you so much. There we go. So, GTBP, I'm thinking that I can retrace back to this zone here. So, around 36.54, right? So, the range for that is actually 36.08 to 37.41 because we need to validate this resistance into now a support before a continuation onto the upside. Why? It doesn't have to happen, right? But I'm just saying it's typical for price to do that. And the target to the upside here, which can be faced in maybe a few months away, could be around $1.11, man. I'm putting it out there just like that. So 111, I'm thinking that can be faced with a huge ebb and flow, though. I mean, I'm talking about hella rides here where people are going to say Arca was wrong because the price action went down 35%, but it's just riding a huge zigzag here, right? So volatility is increasing in high numbers with this ticker, okay? So be careful what's happening, but I'm not going to get long this ticker unless it meets my ranges, okay? First range was the 39.01 to 38.49. Second range we already spoke of between 37.41, 36.08 with specific emphasis on that 36.54 where the knot 618 is faced. And then the bottom side, which I think would be less likely, would be the 34.61 to 34.16, right? Keep an eye on those targets. That's essentially what I'm looking at for GTBP, man. And yeah, let me go ahead and just undo a couple things here. I'm going to put my fibs back because this is where I'm going to create my thread of analysis on. I'm going to create a video for this and start analyzing it to see if we can actually get this thing to really meet that upside. So, I mean, you're getting an upside move here from a huge bi-daily hammer candle. Very nice. This is what you want to see. You're actually looking at volume profile increasing right over here with increasing price action. That is usually very bullish, especially on an upper time frame, okay? That is it for GTBP. I hope that helped you out, my brother. So, Mullen, yeah, let's go back and take a look at MULN. What is going down with MULN thus far, man? Damn. This we saw some potential moves coming in for this, right? So let's go to the relevant time frames and see what's up, right? So all right, we're getting a little bit of a pullback right now. That's that's fine. It's still normal. We want to keep an eye, of course, in our indicators, right? And let's see, 4-hour time frame still has that massive upside. Yeah, and we have a decreasing volatility, that contraction. Yeah, this is still looking really good, you guys. And I think that we can face a shorter term support anywhere between the area of about 22.52. The range is 25.45. The present moment, literally, that's the top of the range, and then 22.24 would be or let me see if I can correct it a little bit. 22.52. I'm gonna have to favor 22.52 as the bottom side of the range for a long entry, right? So this is where people start to get faked out. This is actually gonna create something like this, right? Like huge exponential moves like this. It's gonna have to happen, guys. It's gonna be a scary ride. But yeah, upon this type of setup, this has multiple time frames with contracting volatility and upside pivots on that stochastic momentum. Lots and lots of time frames have that, which usually end up with a pretty high target. First of all, we already spoke about that upside target from the 44.51 range where the signal fired off, right? So yes, we have had a downside with the signal fired off, but that's because it's an upper time frame backtest. So I think that was 46 and then 172% move to the upside, right? So it's not to say that we're going to move 172%. It's just to say that that's the move that happens on average when the conditions meet, right? So measuring that 172% move from this area right over here, let me see if I remember correctly, right? It would be 172 right about here. Oh man, I'm not going to get any better than that. It's all good. Around 125. Yeah, that's what we spoke of earlier. So 125 marks a pretty interesting resistance and support zone, okay? So this area right here would be essentially where the top side of the average move would land, right? So it's looking good. I said this yesterday too. I said that it's highly likely to start making some higher targets, right? And it has already. So it's taking a breather. We have to validate these supports as we move up, right? It's just part of the game, you guys. So another thing that you want to see, although yes, they are red candles, it is still increasing volatility here. And the specific thing is here is that when you have an uptrend and increasing bearish, that's a weird divergence. I'm not really sure how I play that. But again, we're on the 4-hour chart. We want to look at volume profiles from the 8 hours and up. I look at it in every time frame, of course, but it's just when you really want to get some divergence plays in, look at the 8 hours and up, specifically to price momentum, price volume, price against whatever. Right, I would highly consider the upper time frames for that. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy to help out with MULN too, you guys. So let's see what else we have. So you need to switch screens. Yeah, I remember you told me that. Good deal. Now Arca was wrong. Good stuff, my dude. I was wrong again, man. You have no idea how many people try to look for that, bro. Like I don't mean to be right. I just want to solve the puzzle. That's all it is. I don't care if I'm not trading it. I just want to solve it. So because I want to solve it, and when you are doing something that you really want to do, you know, you're probably going to show some consistency and show some edge, you know, and a lot of people get threatened by that. But in fact, you should be using it like alongside with me, because that's why I'm doing it live, so that maybe we all can share it together and ride it, right? Like the way maybe the institutions do, right? Or something. But it's cool, man. It's all good. We are here. We're still alive, and everything is making sense in life, guys. Everything is good, right? So let's go back to the chat here and see what's Brenton saying. MULN, good time to enter the dance at way. Well, yeah, remember that this is the top side of the range, right? The bottom side of the range is that 2252 that we spoke of. That would be the discount target, right? Of course, not everyone tends to respect things like that, but I just want to make sure that I can get the bottom dollar for my entries, right? Especially when we're talking about a support touch of, especially when we're talking about range trading, right? Just like this. We want to validate those zones, because closing a 4-hour candle below 2252 would be the invalidation zone, and that would reintroduce the 20 bottom. Mark Roach, moderator Mark Roach coming in through. What's up, my dude? Coming through here, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. No, but you know what? That was a ticker that actually I think Sebastian Lim pointed out earlier. EVLO, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that as well, man. Let's see what's up. Okay, so the 4-hour time frame is. Let me see what the valuation of this candle is. So the high no, not the high. I want the opening, so 35.93, and let me see the closing of this one, which is 35.92. Damn. Okay. The 4-hour time frame candle analysis, I don't tend to respect it as much, but this is a bearish engulfing. Okay, so you're looking at a bearish engulfing here. The only thing that I can see saving the price action from capitulating further are two things. Okay. We want to pay attention to, let me get the tool, right? So this candle top here, right? That range there seems to have a lot of correlation with the RSI and the SMA 14 bottom. Okay, the thing that we want to notice here on the RSI with that SMA 14 bottom is the position of that specific area. Okay, so when you're looking at borders here, I'm talking about 2% beneath any border, right? This being the bullish control zone, this being the bearish control zone, and you have the bear weakness and the bull weakness, right? So every single zone here, even in the overbought and then even in the oversold, you have a border area, right? So 2% up and 2% down marks your gravitational zones, okay? So let's just go ahead and take it into account like this, right? So you go ahead and put it just like this, right, on momentum, and this is how you're able to see your gravitational zones, right? So my goodness, could that ever be slower? Come on, right there. Okay, so that, yeah, this area here, look at where your SMA 14 is landing, right? It's right at that gravitational zone. So that means that we could get a pullback here from the RSI signal. You'll get that pullback to the SMA 14 support, but then you wouldn't be supported by just one thing. You're supported by the gravitational zone, because when you're in this area here, the bounce to the upside becomes higher likely. When you're in this gravitational zone here face down, the downside is a higher likelihood. Okay, so now what we would actually have to combat is just the resistance of the gravitational zone on our way back up from the bounce from the SMA 14. I am correlating that SMA 14 with this target right over here at around 1713. Okay, so it of course it's a range, right? We kind of have to keep that always in mind, right? Just in case there is a lower potential, right? So that would be specific to this area here, right? So you're looking at 1635 to about 1707 as a potential long entry zone, right? So if we get our moving averages up, we might be able to get some confluence within that, okay? So here we go. We do have some moving averages coming in. Now that I'm seeing that the SMA 10 is located at 1526, the higher probability respected moving average would be actually a closer one, and that would be your EMA 7 or your EMA 9. Thankfully, Arc Averages has that, right? So let's go ahead and pull them up. We're going to display, I'm just going to display all the EMAs and just close out the ones that I don't want, right? So I don't want the 20, the 30, or the 50, right? So we're going to leave invisibility here with visibility so that I don't confuse anyone. The EMA 7 and 9. Sorry, just kind of blanked out right there for a bit. Oh my goodness, we're already at those supports. Jeez Louise. Okay, so now if we are getting that, another popular, a very popular actually, time frame moving average to look at would be actually the EMA 13. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up that EMA. I actually just found out that a lot of old school traders use the SMA 40. You know, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm wondering if I should backtest the 40 since it's been used historically, right? So in this case, let me just go ahead and just remove the EMAs and enable the custom EMAs, right? So they're already enabled. We have the 21 and 55 there. So let me see what the 13 against the 48 is doing, or even the 55 is okay too. So I'm gonna leave it just like that, and let's see what they're doing. Okay. Oh, right. Let me just show you the two moving averages that I'm looking at in specific. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of the SMAs, and we're just gonna keep into consideration here. We already took out the EMAs too. It doesn't matter. So we're just gonna keep those two moving averages in there. Okay. The EMA 55 and the EMA 13. Check it out. The 13 is landing right in the zone that we're talking about. So high likelihood that we can face the bottom side of about 1635. This is my signal here. Okay, you guys. So now another thing that we can look at for a validation is your fibs. Bring up your geometrics, right? Just like this, and see if it rhymes with anything at all. So if you're not getting a rhyme here on the 4 hour, try to maybe move into a shorter time frame and see if you have any confluence within that. So let's pull the 30-minute and see if we can get a smaller candle to consider a retracement from, right? So let's see. What if we did it from this range here, right? Inverse from this range to this range, because it was one of those little ladders that we got there, right? So let's go ahead and take that into account. This range low to the range high in an inverse manner. Take a look at the 2-spot 618 located right at 1692, right where our target is at 1707, right? So I'm going to give this high regard that we could face a bounce from that zone, okay? Anything that I'm saying here, you guys, can be invalidated immediately, right? So just know that I'm trying to show you other ways to identify your supports better than other people can, because they're not taking the job on it, right? So EVLO has a huge potential here though, okay? So the 30-minute time frame is part of the criteria that we look for. We want that downside on the 30-minute. We want it low, because that means that we're likely to find the floor very soon, okay? Let's go to the hourly. We hope that we still have a little bit of sideways there, downside preferably, right? Then we still have that downside in the hourly. So hopefully, and this is a real hope here, okay? Oh, look at this. The hourly EMA 55 located right at that bottom side that we're looking for. Yeah, so that's good, man. It's good. So this is definitely what we want to do. Okay, so let's look at the bi-hourly stochastic momentum and see what we have there. Okay, so now your downside is starting to minimize here. Okay, potential support being found soon. Okay, and there we go. So yeah, it's within 30 minutes to the bi-hourly that we're gonna face the support based on the 4 hours, suggesting a continuation to the upside. 6 hour time frame, highly likely upside with critical. Yeah, critical with upside. Let's see the 8 hour, upside with critical, right? Upside with critical. Let's get the 12 hour. That also should show upside with critical, right? Upside with critical. We have the daily time frame as well, okay, you guys? So all of this stuff is really just, I mean, it's dead obvious, man. Okay, so this is usually the criteria that I like to follow, right? We have that upside even on the daily, marking a very powerful move to the upside, okay? So that's essentially what we got here, you guys. That is going to do it for ticker symbol EVLO. Let me pop the screen here in the chat and see what's going down. So Sebastian Lim, dude, oh man, thank you so much, my bro. That really means a lot. So saying we don't deserve Arca to do this for free. Always thankful, my dude. That means so much, my brother. I care about you guys. I care about retail. I care about my family, as well as I'm sure that you guys care about your families as well, right? We want to give them a fair shot for life, and if it means that we have to sacrifice ourselves for this, then so be it, right? Let's just do it in a very educated manner, right? Instead of kind of gambling our family's capital, right? You guys, good stuff here. Thank you so much, Sebastian. That means a lot, my brother. So now, Don L. Patterson, what's up, man? XOS, large EV truck global leader, FFIE, up 18% today. Right up over 50%. Oh, really? 50% earlier. Damn. So pre-market gap and into the continuation of intraday upside, right? So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that XOS and see what's up, man. So Mark Roach saying, great job on TA. Appreciate you, brother. My brother, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for saying those kind words to me. And now Daryl saying, Mullen is, let's see, reversing nicely. Glad I held my 25 entry. Good, man. Good. I'm happy to hear it. Okay, so Sebastian Lim saying there's two tickers. I think there's potential. Hope Arca can look at SFR and VEDU. Yeah. Let's take a look at those, my brother. Of course, so I'm gonna keep those in mind. Hold on. I'm gonna load up a couple iterations here. Hold up. I'm gonna do the master layout here for, first of all, XOS. Right. I actually am curious over XOS too. So let's see the XOS ticker here. XOS, right? On this iteration here. So yeah, guys, that's the play for EVLO. I'm definitely liking it. I'm really a fan of it. And let's see. So now, Sebastian, you were talking about what tickers again? So that's SFR. Okay, SFR. Right. So that's a NASDAQ ticker. Good deal. All right. And then I'm gonna open up another. Let me see if this is a master layout. Oh, it is. Okay. So. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can use this one. It's perfect. And so now this one is going to be that other ticker that you're talking about, right? So, what was it again? SFR and VEDU. Yeah, let's take a look at those, man. So I think. I mean, this is a communities like this, guys. Like we're able to help each other out by putting out these plays, right? We can see high probability or higher probability plays just when we converse with each other and we just discuss, right? So this is This is good. This marks a very obvious, actually. This is the type of double bottom you're looking for. Right? It should be particular to weekly time frames, not shorter time frames like the minutes and 5 minutes, right? So this is a pretty nice double bottom formation and getting that upside. Of course, the price action is kind of reversing right now. You know what? I was supposed to start with XOS, but I'll continue right now, okay? So, of course, the price action is essentially reversing here because this is essentially the EMA 55, right? So usually we get that, another thing is that we want to keep in line our SMA 10. So let me put that in there too. So where is it? The SMA 10 is converted into support. Okay, that's good. Where's the 50? That's also right there. Oh my goodness. And let me see what the EMAs are actually saying. So display EMAs, and I want to look at not the immediate short-term ones. Oh yeah. Oh damn. Okay, so there it is. That support right there. The one for the EMA 9. That could be the range bottom if not already faced, okay? I'm saying if not already faced because of the EMA 21 being a very important moving average, okay? You guys, this right here, usually the EMA 9 over the EMA 21, that's a moving average strategy that people look for short-term time frame strategies, right? So we're about to get that bullish cross upside of the 21 from the EMA 9. That marks off a very bullish move to the upside, okay? So that's good. And if we already found that floor, then yeah, that 5048 or that 5102 could have been it. And let me see where the price action stops, right? If we're facing, okay, the downside on the 4 hour, on the bi-hourly, sorry. Okay, yeah, so there's a high likelihood that we found that floor already. So the range is already kind of starting to the upside. And let me just see it closer though. Let me see like infinitely closer. Maybe the 15-minute too. The 15-minute is correcting to the upside. 5-minute is on the upside too. Damn. 30-minute, let me see that. 30-minute is still showing a little bit of a downside. Okay, so if we're going to favor the 30-minute, man, we can get lucky maybe at 52.46, but I don't know that it can go below that zone right there. 52, I would just call it 52.50, right? So beyond that, I don't even think that we can reach that target there in general, right? Because we're amongst a lot of support, historically speaking, right? We're already there. So keep a close eye on this, man, because this can actually. Let me bring it up one more time. Let me get that moving average one more time, right? So, this EMA 55 on the 30-minute, I'm going to draw a line there, okay? So I'm going to show you what that's like on the price action. So 52.47, or we said 52.50, right? Whatever. So yeah, notice the candles here. Notice the top side of the resistance here. Also a gap here, which has a lot to do with that target. Support. Resistance right over here. Right, so yeah, lots of confluence within this target here. Okay, so and honestly, it is, in a sense, it is a range. Okay, but I would be very careful with the range, and in fact, it could actually favor you, or favor one, right, or favor one. So it would be like this here. The top side of the range being 52.88 to 52.47. That would be my overall long entry for this. Right, 30-minute volume breaking upside of the moving average. This is pretty okay. So we have news too from Reuters. Visionary Education Technology announces changes to the board of directors. Guys, yes, this is why it's bullish. Okay, so remember when I tell you that I don't practice fundamentals, but there are only a few things that I follow within fundamentals. That is change of management being one of them, which is happening right now with this. Acquisitions, mergers, partnerships, share buybacks, forced share recalls, also stock splits, reverse stock splits, those things, right? I don't look at the 8Ks, 10Ks. I don't look at the 13G filings. I don't look at anything like that because it doesn't play to the short term. It doesn't usually play to the short term where I'm looking at, right? So as I don't play the investment side of things, guys. I'm just a counter trend trader, right? Breakout trader, pre-market fade trader, right? There's several strategies that I look at, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at here the chat and go back to it. That's essentially it for. Oh no. Well, I guess if you're gonna long this, right, from this target here, VEDU would have a couple ranges here that you should look at, right? First of all, actually, you know what? I'm going to do that from the 4 hour. Now that we got surgically enhanced over here with our entry zone, we can see now the higher probability resistances moving from the shorter time frame to the longer time frame, right? So you have one very particular area here, 54.95 to 56.03. Damn it! I'm starting to get failure on one of my screens. That sucks. Let me move it to the next thing. Hold on, you guys. Jeez, I hate it. I still have to figure out what's going on there. Okay, so now we're displaying on the other screen here. I hope it doesn't fail that one. All right, so yeah, we're looking at. Are you guys looking at that or no? There we go. Here we go. All right, so now we have this support touch here. I'm sorry, the resistance touch here is in the number one area. Okay, there's a second zone to look at. I'm talking about shorter term to longer term. Guys, if you can still hear me there, hold on just a sec because I'm getting some technical little issues here, right? So let me go ahead and see if I can bring in my OBS, and it's gonna slightly display the wrong screen for a while. Okay, you guys, hold on just a moment because it is making both of my screens that I talked about, it made them fail. All right, so yeah, oh my goodness. Just give it just a quick second, you guys. Hold on just a moment. And I will continue on the frickin' thing, right? So if we're gonna freeze here, I may actually have to come right back in. Okay, so yeah, now let me go ahead and switch over to the screens, right? As I think you can't see what I'm actually doing, right? If you guys are still there, please let me know if you're still there, guys. But I am, if you can still hear me, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and reboot real quick. And yeah, just hold on for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'll come right back in if you can hear me, right? So as I can't see the chat right now, right? So I'm going to type it in the chat. So hold on for 2 minutes, team. I'm going to reboot. All right, so here we go. I'm going to leave that in the chat right now. You guys, let me go ahead and come right back in. Okay, let's go ahead and reboot this system. Just a moment, team. Am I live or what? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. My goodness, man, I had to do all kinds of stupid little things right now. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Yeah, let me know, team, if you can actually hear your boy speak right now. Please let me know if you can hear your boy speak. What's up? What's up? Totally lost the stream right there, you guys. But please let me know if you can actually hear me talk now, team. What's up? What's up? Yeah, let me check the microphone now. Let me see if everything is going good. What's up? What's up, Sebastian? We are live. We are back. We are back in action. Now we have to somehow get everybody back in here, right? Because of that huge failure here on the screens, man. That sucked. Oh, goodness gracious. I had to restart a whole bunch of times, man. That's part of the technical issues that I've been kind of facing lately, right? But it's all good. We're back here. We're back in the chat. Everything is chilling, right? So, yeah, let me see if I can somehow get everybody back in here, right? Sounds good. It says, all right, man, thank you so much. Thank you. Let me see. I'm going to go back on Twitter over here, and I'm going to tweet that I'm back in action. Oh, my goodness. That sucked, you guys. I hate it when that happens, man. Midstream, right? That sucks. My goodness. Yeah, are we getting some buy zones already? You know what? I gotta get rid of my my Wi-Fi for a bit. There we go. On my phone, I mean, right? Because I want to make sure that I can continue a pretty strong connection here in the studio, right? So yeah, let me go back to that. Let me go back to Twitter right here and kind of tweet out to everybody that I'm back live. And also, I'm gonna give a little bit of I have to share the link too. Oh my goodness. But what's up, team? Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being patient with me. The majority of the people that were in here kind of left already, but let me see if I can kind of, if I can gather the peeps back in, right? Let me just go ahead and put that I'm, or I'm gonna put I'm live again. I'm live again. All right, so it's tweeted now. Let's see if we can get some people. Man, is it really SFR is going crazy? Oh my goodness, man. We're missing the plays, man. What's going on over here? All right, so, and you know what? I could actually share that too with a diss. You know what? It's all good. A lot of the people there are following me too, so no problem at all there. Okay, you guys, so all good, all good. Anyway, now that we're starting to get back some people here in the chat, let's go ahead and continue our analysis, man. Jeez. Yeah, so that's essentially the targets that I was looking at for ticker symbol VEDU, right? Yeah, so, Sebastian, wait for that pullback, bro. I'm not sure that it can actually happen, but yeah, the target again is 52.47 to 52.88. Wait for that upside, right? We got to take a look at, I know that we have to look at ticker symbol XOS too, but SFR made the move or what? Oh my goodness, man, look at that. It met all the targets again. Straight, no way. How can it be, bro? Look at that. It actually went and succeeded every single target that we had to the penny. My goodness, man. To the runner's range. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my goodness, man. So yeah, let's see what ticker symbol XOS has to say too, you guys. Let's bring it up and see what's going down. All right, so I want to get there we go. I want to get a solid screen here, and you know what, the 30-minute time frame is presenting a potential very bearish situation here, right? So this is the EMA 21 crossing below the EMA 55, in the shorter time frame. So keep keep that in keep that into consideration there. Okay, so now let me pull up the tools here and see what's actually happening. Okay, so we're critically oversold on stochastic momentum and showing a pivot here on the RSI for the 30 minutes. So let's see if we're recovering. Could it be? I mean, would it be actually to the 15 minute? Okay, all right. So yeah, the floor is either in because we're at a critical support, or we can get a final opportunity here. And I'm not sure that I can actually reach this low, but I'm gonna give you another range to kind of keep in mind, right? So let me see. Where's the box? Man, I lost it. This whole thing threw me off. Dude, are you serious? Did I lose my box in there? What the hell? Oh, I hate it when I put it somewhere else. Why did I do that? Oh my goodness. I have to put it back where it belongs, man. All right, so yeah, the absolute range bottom that I can see, and don't take this take it with a grain of salt, right? Saying the absolute bottom. What's cheap can be cheaper, man. That's the reality of the stock market, right? But 37.99 to 38.47 could be that zone to find, and I'm talking about if it's not already found here, right? But this would be the bottom side of the demand range in the hourly time frame, right? So if we get a bounce from this side, this is showing that it can start recovering, but we would need to see several time frames kind of correcting here. First of all, we need to see that the 15-minute upside that we're starting to get here on momentum, we want to make sure that can actually bleed into the 30-minute time frame, and you can see that it's barely starting, right? Then it has to cascade into the hourly and into the bi-hourly and so on, right? So right now we're very, very much at the beginning of that move, meaning that if you're looking to get long this asset, then some of these validations here would have to be kind of completed, right? So bi-hourly, hourly candle above the area of 37.99 to maintain the upside projection from this formation, okay? So yeah, in other words, if you close an hourly candle below 37.99, highly likely you can fall down to 36 cents and maybe even lower if it so decides to. Okay, so keep a close eye on these targets, but it's still very much at the beginning. The 15-minute doesn't have too much thrust to impact the hourly and the bi-hourly, so we need the 30-minute stochastic momentum to really do that for us. Okay, so keep an eye on that. So anyway, let's go ahead and oh man, look at that. SONN got that retracement, right? We literally talked about that upside target. It met our range, and now we're coming back to literally where I said we were going to come back to, okay? So this is now presenting another opportunity for longs to get that position entry, right? So if you're curious over the target that I'm looking at is actually 66.90 to about 61.16. The overall range is a bounce from where we're literally getting right now. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. That potential entry is coming in. I know we're using the overall range as perfect entry, but we want this bottom. We want to see this discount. We don't want to get this top side one if we are being conservative traders, right? Here it goes. Let's see what it's doing. Right, huge volatility presented right now, guys, and it was very likely that we're going to get a pullback from this range anyway. Okay, so RCRT, if you have time, yes, actually, I do need to look at that. So we will definitely bring it in. Actually, let's go ahead and just do it now and see what's going down with that ticker, right? So RCRT, what's up? Here we go, NASDAQ ticker, and okay. It actually fell below what we were talking about yesterday. So a failure of this pennant. Let me see the daily. That's curious. That's very curious. Oh, actually, no. I think it was a 6 hour or 8 hour, I think, where we were seeing that. Okay, the 8 hour could be a potential here. Could this be creating a bear trap right now? No way. What? Oh. This looks kind of like a bear trap. Oh man, let me validate that. This is actually very, 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 very curious. Okay, so the fact that I'm in the 8 hour time frame, it's touching that EMA 55 perfectly. The reason why I'm saying bear trap is because this is a silver cross on the 8 hour. So we got a very powerful, moving average strategy confirmation with several tests. And I mean, when we are making an upside, we do have to keep into consideration your EMA 55 too. So this means that if we fall below the area of 2484, which is literally right where we are right now, right? So, team, let me just say goodbye to my wife. So she's going to work right now. Just hold on just for a quick sec, team. I love you all. Hold up. All right, so okay, here we go. Goodness. All right, you guys, we said goodbye to the wife. She is out. She's going to work now, man. So which means I got to turn on the baby cam and see what's going down with the little toddler over there, right? We want to make sure that he's still asleep. I don't want him over there trying to get out of that bed, trying to jump out, right? That would be ridiculous, man. He would be crazy enough to try some things like that too, man. You know how toddlers can be, right? So, oh my goodness. Let me pull up that camera real quick for my little guy, and we will continue. Oh man, this guy's literally like in his 8th dream right now. He's chilling. All right, so yeah, regarding that silver cross, right, on RCRT, that's I mean, this is why I'm saying that it could be a bear trap. I want to see how oversold we are though. Let me see the 30-minute. Okay, 30-minute curvature starting to happen, coming out of critical contraction. Nice. Let's see the hourly time frame. The hourly time frame is okay. So this is where the downside is. Let's see what range the 2337 area could be to about 2422. That's invalidation. Okay, so here we go. I wanted to identify that. So in order for us to kind of identify where we could be, look at the damn tool. It did it again. Why is it doing that? What the hell? Okay, so yeah, we want to get this support touch, right? We want to make sure that we can not fail this, right? So this is the invalidation zone, meaning that if we start closing hourly candles below this area here, that would be the invalidation of this upside here. Okay, so in other words, also what I'm trying to say here is that we could be in the process of building a larger term time frame formation, right? So let me get rid of the moving averages, and I'm going to shed light over what I'm potentially seeing here. Okay, so first of all, this is extremely scary because a pennant has a huge drawdown here. Okay, and if it is the case, then this thing is suggesting a downside of about 14 cents. Okay, but remember, I'm saying bear trap here. Okay, so I mean, let me bring up okay, first of all, yeah, I'm going to show you the range. I'm going to show you the formation that I'm looking at, right? So yeah, we can use this. Actually, we can probably use it like this too. Let me see how tight I can get this. And I may be forcing the formation. It may be actually like this. Okay, here he goes. This could be slowly turning into a right angle triangle, which is very bullish. Okay, so if we can face this downside here, it would be highly ideal for us to get this rip to the upside. What is up, Monster Mike? Good to see you here. SONN making that rip to the upside, right? And actually just capitulating back into the targets that we were talking about. We'll go over it again one more time. But yeah, you guys, so RCRT, I am looking at a potential bounce from this area here, which then would introduce some very, very awesome targets. Remember that we're looking at 3 potential bulls here, okay? So bull set number 1 would be upon the, let's see, so the bottom side of the triangle to the hypotenuse, right? That would be the bull number 1 range take profit, which would be at around the top side of this area here. And it's suggesting, let's highlight it, and that's suggesting 3680. Okay, so the second set of bulls can be figured like this. Okay, price objective for the second set of bulls is the center of the triangle. Okay, the center of the triangle being arguably right there. It could be a little forward, a little later, whatever. This would be the breakout zone here that we're implying, and we just move it to the slide sideways just a little bit, and it's already meeting one of the targets that we talked about, 44.41 just yesterday, right? So now taking into consideration this this topside target could be this total overall range, right? So we take now the third set of bulls into high consideration, and then we go ahead and apply that, top of the hypotenuse all the way to the bottom side of the triangle. Very traditional rules here, guys. Normal stuff. Okay, and yeah, it would be taking us to that target right up there. Okay, 58.96. So this is how we can determine where we can go based on this formation. Okay, so we want to get that validation of the formation with the second touch of this support. Okay, because we have not validated this triangle yet. In order to validate this triangle, the bounce must maintain from 23.22, or else this play is invalidated. Okay, that is how this thing is kind of playing out, right? So Monster Mike, that's so kind of you, my brother. Thank you so much. That really means a lot, my bro. Of course, I am going to do my best here for you, okay? So, yeah, so going back to SONN, guys, let's take a look at this again, right? So I'm still within that area, okay? This was the top side of the range that we were talking about in the video yesterday, right? We got that rejection right from the area that we were talking about, and now we're bouncing from our previous support zone, okay? So what we want to do is get filled at this 61.58 to 67.37. That is essentially my bottom side target, and I really want to make sure to reach that, because that would be the ascent. Remember, I told you yesterday, I said that upon breakout out of this, it's not always that it needs to happen. Refer to the video if you need to retouch on these facts, okay? That I mentioned that we need to come back. It doesn't have to happen always, but usually when we're breaking out of a trend, we need to validate the newly converted resistance into support before getting that upside continuation. If we are looking at this is 4 days and 4 hours that we have to close this by daily candle, right? So this thing is, I feel like over the span of about the next day, or maybe even into the end of the session today, we could potentially find that bottom side of the target of 61.58, which is not only the opening of this candle here, but it also shares the confluence right here with the top side of the range, the resistance. This is why I'm saying that it's higher probability that we can touch down right at that 61.58 before a continuation to the upside, right? So here, a lot of people are probably scared. They're going to start, trying to get long, because this is the support zone that I initially spoke of, that other people looked at, but I'm really putting in some, I have to favor this, guys. Even if it doesn't reach it, I'm favoring it, right? Because we want to make sure that we can get a solid entry. We don't want just a random entry, right? So I'm still looking at that, you guys. It's going according to plan. It literally is doing what we spoke of yesterday, right? So everything is good, you guys. No problem there at all. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue on the, we need to take a look at the broader markets, guys. And also, damn it, we freaking stupid ape. I need to see what ape is doing. Let me go ahead and see what it's got going, right? Okay, yeah, it's still resisting from the zone that we talked about, right? It's still within the target that we spoke of too yesterday. Yeah, we're facing the resistance now. We're in the process of converting that 2.618. Remember, I am not gonna get long this ticker unless my 3 ranges meet. Right, so this is going to be, just in case the people who are first listening now, this is officially going to be my first average down on ape from 2 years ago. So essentially who I am today as a trader is absolutely no one. I mean, I'm really coming up to, let's see, we're in June 16th right now. August 16th will mark 2 years of trading for me. Okay, so I have been trading for a year and 10 months. Okay, so that's my whole history in trading, okay, you guys? So I'm literally going to correct the person who Arca was before Arca. I'm going to correct that entry. I have a $16 average on this ticker symbol APE. I am going to significantly drop that average so I can start scaling out of this position, because I'm going to start trading the micro E-mini futures, right? So for the S&P 500, I'm also going to be trading potentially nat gas, right? Also maybe even the NASDAQ micros, or even WTI in the future, right, for oil futures. Okay, so that's essentially where I want to go. Since I don't have a $25,000 trading account here in the US, which is required in order for you to be a pattern day trader, then I can't trade more than 3 times per week, and that I can't do that. So I need to really make some moves here in the career, and for that to happen, I'm restructuring this system here, which is why I'm facing all this freaking all these technical issues. I'm restructuring everything. I'm going to open up my Dash Trader system with a new Windows PC I'm building, and yeah. So I'm gonna get the broker filled in for it with either Interactive Brokers or Trade of 8, right? Like I can't afford things like a Center Point Securities or Cobra Trading, as those would be the better short position secure brokers, right? So Interactive Brokers, I would favor the longs. I'm gonna do some shorting in there too, but their locate fees are a little steep in comparison to Center Point. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing, guys, in case you were curious over why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, so this is still not it's gonna meet these targets. If it doesn't meet it, I don't care. I'm not gonna drop another dollar unless I get my targets. Okay, you guys, so now let's look at the SPY. Let's see what the overall markets are doing. Okay, because I said that I'm gonna start opening up some TQQQ calls. And oh man, so yeah, we're actually getting the rejection now, 2 4-hour candles in a row. In fact, the next 4-hour candle just started, so we have this is an 8-hour validation of the support that we talked about for retracement, right? So we're getting that very nice touch here, and now we're suggesting an upside. Okay, so which means I think I may have gotten filled partial position for my long TQQQ calls, right? So that's good. That's good. We're at 441.76. I have the TQQ. Actually, I need to take a look at it too. So TQQQ. This is the Nasdaq Ultra Pro shares, right? This is a triple leverage, so be careful when trading things like this, guys. These are absolute leveraged ETFs, Ultra Pros, right? So this, I have slightly out of the money long calls at with a strike price of 42, and we're at 41.70. Man, I think there's a higher probability here that we can succeed the upside of 42. So that's going to put me in the money, and it's going to increase my I'm going to get an IV pump, and I'm also going to get the gamma to apply to the delta. So this is good. SFR, what's up with SFR, man? Let's see what it's doing. All right, so we got that huge pullback right from the targets that we were looking for. Right from the targets that we actually put together as a play, right? So interesting that it would touch it again, man, and it came right back down to the target, to the Arca's range. So we literally got that yesterday, and then literally got the top side again. Man, this is stupid. Right, this was the first time here. Pull back to this range. Right, it didn't happen right away. In fact, took days longer than I thought. Right, came back into that range, then catapulted upside of the runner's range, and then fell all the way back down to that same entry area. And yet again, it succeeded every single target. That's ridiculous, man. Imagine you were playing the range here. Now that shows you that we're within a chop zone, right? This is the chop zone here, right? This entire area. Right, so now we have to play those ranges. We have to see what the higher probabilities are, right? So yeah, so SFR, a daily time frame is also we're supported by that EMA 21. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We want to make sure that we can close there. We want to make sure that we can close anywhere upside of this candle here, right? So you're looking at 31.71. Closing this candle here at that anywhere above that would mark a bullish engulfing. Okay, so another thing is that I would rather close in the area where we are, or maybe get a bounce from that SMA or from the EMA 21 to potentially the top side of this range here, 36.67, ideally 38, right? So if we can get that 38 closure, that would make this candle a validator to this hammer right here. Okay, so after a downtrend, you print this little dragonfly or this little hammer here that usually presents the V-shaped recovery. You get the upside. This following candle is the validator. So if this has a close of 38, very likely the price action can continue on to the upside yet again. Okay, you guys. So yeah, this is looking it's looking pretty good, man. I mean, whoever rode this range here absolutely made a serious gainer, especially from gaining the entry from the Arca's range, right? So let me go ahead. Man, look at this. Why is the tool coming back there over and over? Oh, I think it's because we're going back to every single chart that I haven't been in. Duh. So yeah, whoever got this entry down here to this top side of the range, man, let's measure that. I remember it being a pretty substantial move. Oh my God, look at that. 91 spots, 72% move from the Arca's range to the runner's top. So that's insanity, you guys. Very, very, very awesome, right? So Ticker symbol SONN is still following, you guys. Remember, it's following the plan. We literally talked about this yesterday, right? So in the video that I put out for SONN, I said the likelihood of us getting a retracement from this zone here. This is the next target that I was looking at for long, right? If we were to succeed the top side of this, then we could have a higher term target, right? But this was the retracement that we were looking for. This is the support range that I'm looking for. Okay, I am looking for 61.58 to 67.37. For a potential bounce to the upside, right? The low of this right now is 70. Okay, somebody asked me yesterday, like, do you think that do you think that this can go down to the 60 cent or 64 cent range? I said maybe 77. I don't think that we can go all the way down to the 60 cent range, although I do have it as a potential entry. And I'm gonna favor that, you guys. I'm gonna favor it here because the other possibility is that this is a huge flash to the downside. That scares people. That introduces panic selling. Okay, so psychological events lead to better discounts for long traders. Okay, you guys. So just keep that in mind as well. So yeah, that it's following the plan still. SONN is just doing that natural pullback. It has to happen, right? We already rode to the top side of the targets that we were looking for. It's following the plan nicely. Okay, you guys. So it would be good for us to kind of get a breather here. Let kind of give the opportunity for some other bulls to gain entry, and then ride it to the top side again. But yeah, that's it's following the plan, my brother. Everything is looking good thus far, right? So I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and keep in the. Somebody just knocked on my window? Hold on. What the heck? Wow, nobody knocked on my window, but what I just saw is the car across the street just literally rammed the back of the car that he's parking behind, and I thought that was somebody knocking on my window. Is this guy ramming the ass out of the car in front across the street? Oh my goodness, man, that sucks. I mean, if I heard it, I'm sure a lot of other people heard it too, man. That is just comedy right there, man. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you guys, let's take a look at the SPY as well, right? We want to keep an eye on the SPY. Okay, so yeah, man, the SPY actually faced the top side. Yeah, we were talking about this area here for support, right? So we're still continuing that upside. It's a natural ebb and flow, you guys. Remember that we've got super bullish news from the Fed. They literally said that we were just going to pause the rate hikes right now. Man, the markets look very bullish in respect to that. Yeah, oh, my brother. So, yeah, I'm sorry if you weren't here to hear it. It's following the plan. You know, per yesterday's analysis that I put out, right? We were talking about this resistance zone being an area where we can find resistance, come back and reload at this zone here. I'm really looking for that 61.58 to 67.37. If we can get that discount down there, that really presents an awesome opportunity for the longs. I was talking about the breakout out of this right-angled broadening wedge, and that breakout usually has a pullback, right, to kind of validate that resistance into support before a continuation of the upside. So as the upside target for this formation is actually figured with a trend line from the breakout candle all the way to the bottom side of the wedge. You apply it to that breakout candle, and it is suggesting a top side of 245. To get a move like that, yeah, we would actually need to break outside of that resistance, get that FOMO in, and then sell the FOMO, right? Get that panic in there, and then bear trap, okay? So this would be another area to look at where the bears are thinking maybe we can just create a huge bearish engulfing on the buy daily here and succeed the bottom side of about, let's see, the next inflection zone, which would be 36.46. So failing 36.46, there's no way we're going down there. I'm sorry for saying there's no way. Of course, anything can happen, but I don't see it going down there. It's just flat out, I just don't see it, right? The space of about 36, let's just put it this way, failing a minimum 8-hour candle, but it would honestly be best if it was a daily candle. Failing below 36.46 would introduce capitulation to 2050 and an entire invalidation of this upside. Okay, so the invalidation of the range that we're currently in is actually failing this zone here. Okay, failing 57.18 with a I would say minimum 8-hour candle that would introduce the drop to the next inflection zone to about 36.25. Okay, so that's we're way above that. We're still good. I'm actually looking at this target here, 67.37 to 61.58, and I'm not sure that it can reach it, but that's essentially what I'm looking at. 30-minute immediate short-term time frame still has a downside pivot, right? So I am looking at so this is the buy daily, right? So let me look at the RSI profile, the entire thesis profile, right? So I have the whole thesis up right now because this is where I make the videos from, right? So this is what I have to do every time I prepare my videos for you guys, right? So let's see where that support is landing. This is the 12-hour. So let me look at I think the buy daily may have that support. Oof. Okay. Notice how everything is pivoted towards the downside, right? I know it's looking like we're kind of correcting here on the 30-minute, but if we jump into the hourly still has a downside and it's barely entering the bearish control zone. Okay, so I'm still seeing the potential of coming down to the bottom side of my target. I'm gonna favor it, guys. I'm not gonna pull away. I'm not shying away. I honestly am favoring 61.58 to 67.37. Bottom line, I don't care. It's either it meets it or it doesn't meet it. Okay, so let's go to the chat. Let's see what's going down. Sebastian Lim saying looks bottomed. Okay, it's coming down right now, brother. So hitting low soon. Yeah, I really do think that we still have the liquidity to meet that target of 61.58. I really do think so. Okay, so remember that this is hella discretionary too, you guys. Okay, I wish that I could give you some type of magic potion here, right? You know what? Will it work on this? I have, man, I'm in development of something super serious. Okay, you guys, this is, I guess I can just show you right now, but this would probably be one of probably the most advanced like codes that I've ever attempted into putting down. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm currently creating an algorithm that gives you higher probability targets to a dollar value. So a universal plugin, and it's the plugin or a universal indicator, right? So the indicator would actually give you dollar values. So I know that I have it in the queues. So let me see. Oh yeah, it's I called it it's the working title for it is Forecast Plus, right? So let me just close this without saving and load up that. I remember I saved myself. 4K. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so this is what I mean, right? Look at all the tests that I've done. All these are the same ones, revisions after revisions after revisions. So this is what the indicator is looking like, marking off areas of relevant support and resistances. I have to work on this, right? But this is where you're getting that forecast, right? So here, so far, you have a higher percentage probability that you'll hit the resistance of the QQQ at 371.31. So this is it, and it's live. It changes as it's moving. Okay, so now let me apply this to SONN. Let's just see. I don't know. I'm still working on this freaking algorithm. Okay, you guys. So, okay, look at this. Probability is higher of hitting 66 cents of the support. So literally 53% is favoring the 66 cent zone. Okay, so look at that. And that was already a support that we had there. 66.11 bounced right off of it, right? So guys, this indicator is going to be ridiculous. I can't believe that it's actually doing it, man. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so it already touched down into our target, okay? We already got the first touch of it. This is where we're talking about, 67.37, right? And to the bottom side of 61.58. This is already the zone where I would be scaling in, you guys, okay? So this, just keep in mind, right? You don't want to get things too expensive, okay? Even though it feels like it's finding that bottom, remember, I'm telling you for a reason, guys. Expose yourself. Watch the price action. Just look at it. Observe it, even if you're not trading it. Okay, you guys, there's a reason why I'm telling you. I know I have a range already here, but for some reason, I don't see it. I don't see this anymore. I see this now, okay? And this is why it's colored differently, and it's colored just like the one that we talked about yesterday, okay? This was all covered in yesterday's video, all right, you guys? So it's one thing to kind of take a look at the markets and then explain to someone in hindsight, right? So it's one thing to talk about the hindsight, and it's quite another to talk about the potentials and the probabilities, and especially the higher probabilities of the future. Okay, you guys, that is essentially just very, very difficult to see. I honestly do think that we still have the thrust here, you guys. This, in essence, I'm showing you what I would be trading. I am not longing this. Okay, I am not longing SONN. But I can still see the potential of dropping back down to 61.58. Okay, so the algorithm already told us that higher probability was literally already met, and it's telling us right now that we're still, even considering that we already hit the 66 cents, we're still at 53% probability of hitting that 66 cent zone again. So this is not done. I'm still favoring guys. You have no clue how extensive this code has been. Oh my goodness in heaven. Okay, so yeah, this code, the little label will follow the price action, right? You see how it's moving up and down? So it'll follow the price action, and it'll start changing the probabilities here as we move, right? So now look at this. The relevant resistance from this zone is actually $1.20. Okay, so that just shows what we got going here. But we saw this coming, you guys, okay? We already knew this was going to happen. All right, so it's all good. It's part of the natural ebb and flow here, you guys, okay? So, yeah, let's go ahead and come back to the other chart here and see what else we have. All right, so, yeah, the bi-daily iteration is the reason why I'm saying we can face that downside, because not even the daily has it. Let me see. Yeah, the daily is just failing it to the downside, so the next relevant support would honestly be this bi-daily SMA 14. So it could be a situation like this here, where we came back, we sort of use the SMA 14 as a guide, and then we can also come back here. Very likely we can actually face this gravitational zone before a bounce to the upside and use something like that as a support touch and continue on, right? So that's what I'm looking at for SONN. Remember the invalidation zones, okay, though, you guys? So let's see. Yeah, failing 56.97. Failing with I would say a minimum 4-hour candle, preferably 8-hour, below 56.97 would introduce further capitulation to the zone of about 51.20, where we can get a bounce, validate the resistance of 61.53, and then test the next invalidation zone. First of all, it would be this one right here, 42.17, and then it would be the last one of 36.24. If you get a 4-hour closure below 36.24, that is an entire invalidation of this upside. Okay, so right now it's still within the play. It's still in the plan, right? I'm still looking for that downside of about 61.58. In fact, I am encouraging it, because that would only present a bigger bullish scenario for the upside. Okay, you guys. So yeah, that's if you're curious over what I was talking about on SONN, that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that ticker, my bro. What is going on there, man? Ticker symbol FNGR. What's up? Let's see. So FNGR, finger motion. Let's see. Okay, all right. So there's the support touch that we were looking for, right, from today. And we're getting that bounce to the upside, right? So we're right at that support right now, you guys. Keep an eye on this, right? Because it actually did try to come back and close the gap. The gap actually has a little bit further to go to 202. I'm not sure that we can reach that, though, because of this. Look at the 4-hour. We're right at the support right now. Okay, so that would potentially mark a very limited downside. I think the 6-hour still has a way to go, too. Okay, so yeah, I guess if the 6-hour is in play, then yeah, there is a potential here that we can actually bounce from 202. Okay, so keep an eye on those targets. We can actually bounce to the upside from there. That's a natural pullback. Okay, you guys, as this is literally playing out what we said yesterday. We were talking about the continuation to face the resistance of the channel that we came out of, right? So we're going to face that resistance. Then we could face a bounce from this support zone here. Okay, but everything is still looking pretty good. What I can tell you is that sometimes, it's only sometimes, guys, okay, but the take profit target for this channel is taken like this. Okay, so just like this, you take it from the top side of the bottom side of the channel, apply it to the candle breakout zone, which is right here, right? And then that gives you a price probability, right? So you're looking at the bottom side of about 122. The price action came to 129. Fair enough. Okay, we got to bounce to the upside, not necessarily face the resistance here as it faked out. That was kind of a bull trap. Okay, the bull trap faced, and now we actually are trying to get that validation here. We're testing this resistance as a valid area of capitulation. Okay, so if it does capitulate from this area, then yeah, you would actually be looking at the bottom side targets, first of all, starting from 185. But FNGR does not look like it has that much of a downside to go past 202 based on this 6-hour RSI. Okay, you guys remember that it's just discretion here. I haven't actually back tested this statistically, which I would personally love, right? But just know that this is essentially what I'm talking about, right? So Daniel, what is up, man? Let's go ahead and take a look at that ticker. Thanks so much for coming by. So that is SoFi, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that, right? So SoFi, I know a lot of people talking about it too, right? So, oh, very nice. Actually, let me see this on a daily. Right now, it's in a pullback right now. So it's I honestly think it made a pretty nice upside already, right? So the daily candle actually did reach the top side about 917 and face the resistance of this area. The reason why it's a very common area to face that resistance is because of this. Okay, check it out. The closing of this candle here and the opening of this candle right here. So that is a clear area of resistance. We want to take that into account, right? So now that's not to say that this is done. In fact, since the price action isn't officially capitulating here, it could be just a reaccumulation event. And if I were to be very honest, I would be looking for a potential target back down to this zone here. Okay, so I'm going to favor this candle right here as a range beginning. Okay, so just like this, let me do it actually to the space between this green candle and this red candle, right in between that area. Or actually, I can just do it to the closing value, just like that, right? So this could be the next loading zone, right? So the shorter term target, 798 to 824. Now let's bring up our moving averages to see if there's something rhyming within that, right? So, okay, so that we have the SMA 10 here serving as a very nice area of support, then that means that we may have some of the EMAs loaded and ready for accumulation within that area down there, right? So let me take a look at, first of all, the SMA 50, nothing there. Yeah, let me load up the regular EMAs and see what we have, right? So I'm going to get rid of the EMA 20. I don't need the 20. I don't need the 30 either. Come on. There we go. And I also don't need the 50. I don't even know where it is. Oh, yeah, it was right. Actually, it was right within the 55. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we're actually in the process of facing resistance from the EMA 9 right now, okay? This is the EMA 7 right over here at 869. So we have two areas of support below us, okay? So now that means that we can look at lower time frames to see if there's any potentials there. Okay, so we're getting a bounce directly from that EMA 21 right now, which means that if this actually finds the floor, then that could have been it, but we still have to validate this, guys. I mean, notice that the 12-hour has a huge downside pivot. Where is the support? Where is it? Where's the RSI support? Well, it's still on the buy daily, and that buy daily is still suggesting downside. So yeah, I am gonna have to stick to my guns here, and please take a look at the relation now. This is, man, I hated that it's so dim. I'm sorry. I'm literally gonna just leave those two moving averages there for you to see what I'm looking at, okay? Let me block out the SMAs. Gonna get rid of the custom EMAs and SMAs as well, right? The custom EMAs and the volume weighted moving average entirely out of the way. Right, so I'm just going to leave this EMA 7, right, and also the EMA 9. Take a look at the relation between the supports that I was talking about. There it is. And where is the support on the RSI? On the buy daily. Check it out. That is essentially what I'm looking for, okay, you guys? So I'm not, yeah, it's perfect confluence. I'm not going to favor anything else here. The only thing that can invalidate what I'm saying is retail itself. Okay, so if retail feels that it needs to run to the upside from this moment, then so be it. Okay, but if it's not up to retail and if it's up to the broader markets, I'm talking everyone, right? So everyone, I'm talking about everyone here. It's highly likely that this can be invalidated with them, or they will continue on the price action to this area here. If I'm seeing it, they're seeing it. All right, so now the Gaussian channel on SoFi, or which one, brother? Sebastian, I'm talking to you, bro. Are you talking about the Gaussian channel on the buy daily of SoFi, or let me see. Do I even have it ready? Yeah, I do. Okay, so the Gaussian channel buy daily is actually way below us at about 656. No, I think we're finding support actually from a weekly time frame. Let me see. Yep, we did. Weekly time frame came back to validate that newly converted resistance. But notice that we haven't touched down on it. And look at the top side of my target. Look at the top side of my target that I put into full discretion here. It just so happens to be right in line with that statistical indicator, the Gaussian top, literal top band, right? So that's yet again another reason why we would come back and validate that newly converted resistance into a support before a continuation to the upside, right? So if you're starting to look at these time frames here against the Gaussian channel, I mean, first of all, notice that we have not been inside of this channel. This was the first time that we actually gained entry. The last time we were inside of that channel, I'm talking about inside, was January 2022. So this is a long time, guys. So whatever is happening with SoFi, with regaining the weekly Gaussian channel, that is absolutely powerful, okay? The next thing that we want to notice here is actually the bi-weekly or the monthly, as this top side is likely going to be in this center area, the mean of the Gaussian. So let's go ahead and look into that. Bi-weekly or monthly, right? There you go. Bi-weekly, right in the center. So we're getting that resistance. This is a natural pullback, guys. Okay, so I really am looking at this top side target here because of several reasons, and one of which you can see right here, right? So not only was it a perfect touch of that resistance top, but it was also a shooting star that introduced a capitulation after it. So that is a very significant candle top. We have to take that into high consideration here. Okay, you guys, so if SoFi doesn't meet my bottom side target, I am not long the asset. In fact, I'm actually just giving you my rules that I would put down if I were trading this, right? But I'm not going to trade it. I am not looking at SoFi as a play just yet because I would really like to kind of statistically back this one, as I know it has serious value, right? So, yeah, another thing to kind of notice here is that there is a shorter term time frame, a broadening wedge or what is that? It could be, it's probably a channel. I see it, I just can't see it. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, right? So something like, oh yeah, it is. Nice, that was a perfect touch. Okay, so let me just kind of color that inside a little bit, right? So yeah, this is essentially what I'm looking at. Let me get rid of the Gaussian channel here. And this is the range that I see here and where we broke out of. So we're looking at test number 1, 2, and this is test number 3. Holy crap. Okay, so this presents kind of a danger. Okay, so the reason why I'm kind of tripping over that test number 3 is because test number 3 usually presents the biggest bull trap ever any asset can face. Meaning that the bears will let it run to a very notable area of resistance and then get short the asset very aggressively here, come back and make it seem like they're touching back down in the newly converted resistance into support. You would ride it back up to the range high, which is about 887, and then bull trap and take this thing all the way back down. Okay, so be careful with this, okay? I am not macro bullish on this, okay? So this is I am favoring the bears in the longer term, okay? This is a very important test. It doesn't have to follow the way I said it. I'm just telling you that it poses a danger when we're looking at the third test of the resistance, okay? Third test is usually the most dangerous one, followed by a true breakout of that test number 4. Another indication that we can take into serious consideration here is the 5-day EMA 7 and EMA 9, okay? That suggestion here, if the price action does capitulate down to this area, that would be a perfect opportunity for the bears, because this right here would introduce another bull trap right here. So we're going to get that top side of the resistance and then capitulation. They're literally going to use the longs as liquid here, okay? So be careful. This is almost... do we have bearish news? SoFi stock gets downgraded again. What? Guys, no. No. I'm not liking this. I am not liking this, okay? Ticker symbol SoFi just got 2 hours ago that it got downgraded. There's no reason why this should be running this high. Okay, so that now is giving me a further validation to the thesis here, giving now a possible B to B plus play for the shorts. Okay, so I am actually, when this type of thing happens, okay, notice right here, 2 hours, 49 minutes, shooting star candle. That's a first bearish formation. Okay, second thing, test number 3 of the resistance, capitulation after test number 3. Third thing, we have the bearish news, downgrade. That is not a good thing for the asset, right? The other thing, moving average is located below the primary resistance, coming back down to 679, introducing a very possible area for the shorts to go in aggressive, thus creating the biggest bull trap that you ever seen in life, because it is test number 3. Okay? Fourth thing, because we're retail and we're not educated. So no, don't play this. Okay, so I don't think that this could actually, I know that we can get a temporary bounce from this area for sure. Okay, so I'm looking at this zone of 798 to 824 for a potential bounce to the upside and getting a rejection from 884. Okay, that 884 is going to serve as a serious resistance before price action capitulates down to the range of about 676. I'm going to mark it off, so in case we ever come back to this, I could very well be very wrong, but I'm never going to ignore my instinct. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this as the zone where we're going to find as I'm just going to mark it red too, so that we know that we were looking for this to be the bear area, and this would be the zone that the bears are going to try to get short this asset. Okay, so right here, guys, no, when you have a negative catalyst, when you have negative tests, this is not ready. This is not ready for a breakout. This is probably a huge bull trap. Okay, so if you're in the profit, if you're in the green with this, get the hell out. And I am not giving you financial advice. I'm telling you to get out of your paper trading. Don't trick me. All right, you guys. So anyway, that's essentially what I'm looking at for this ticker. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. In fact, we can look at one more thing, right? So let's just let's take something else into consideration. Let's go back down to the 3-day and let's see what other potentials we have here, right? So, all right, yeah. Oh my God. That's stupid. Okay, this pivot here that you're looking at, momentum, RSI, right? You're looking at a higher high, pivot to pivot, right? So let's go and match this pivot to the price action now, okay? We go to the price action, and we see that pivot is landing right at this candle, creating a lower high to that top side of this candle here. This is a hidden bearish drive of divergence, okay? So you're looking at hidden bearish divergence printed on the freaking 3-day. Okay, that's I'm talking about. If there's ever any heavy weight to consider, this would be it. Okay, second drive printing right over here. All right, this is the second validator for a bearish engulf. For a bearish drive of divergence. Okay, so that's already confirmed too. All right, so and also this. Oh no, actually no, this is not it. In fact, it would be. Yeah, there are actually several drives. Oh my goodness, man, it's kind of stacking up here. Okay, so I'm very transparent with what I say, guys. I don't care about emotions. I only care about retail. Okay, so if I gotta say it's going down, I gotta say it's going down. I'm not gonna tell you up when down and down when up. I didn't practice that much for me to just kind of cop out like that, right? So I'm seeing 3 primary drives of hidden bearish divergence, guys. This is absolutely dangerous. Getting a pullback from historic highs too. Okay, so meaning that upon the IPO, this was the highest that the RSI ever went, right? But in relation to literally, let's see. This is June 1st, 2021. Since June 1st, 2021, we have never seen this top side, so we're incredibly overbought. Okay, so that's another reason why the price action would suggest a downside. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna present just a huge warning to SoFi. Okay, so as you know what, actually, I really do think that I should probably screenshot this and let people know in the Discord and also in Twitter. So man, it's it's gonna be a longer process, right? But the capitulation is real, you guys. This is and it's funny because I'm seeing it on the 3-day. That means that the bears know what's going on, and they're gonna do it slowly. They're gonna do it slowly to make it seem like you're only validating your support here, man. But this is a trap. So I really do think that this trap is there, you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at SONN. Is it touching back down in our supports, you guys? Let's go ahead and look. We want to take a look at this zone here. Yep, take a look at it, you guys. It's the bears they're stacking up. I really am favoring this side, guys. 61.58 is the bottom side of the target that I'm looking at. If you do get ever so slightly lower, yeah, probably around 60.55, right? So that would honestly be my range. If I were trading this, I have already entered partial position right now. I've already gone in one time at the one spot 618, and then my second entry would be right back down to here with a stop loss set slightly below 56.88. So that would be, I would say my stop loss would be around 56.36. All right, there we go. Check it out. Check out the price action. Check out the price action. Let's see what we got. Here we go. We're already touching down on the target, okay? The low of this candle right now is 61.14. There we go. Okay, but we got that 60.55 that we're talking about, right? So now let's see if we can continue on a bounce from here. Okay, this is all FOMO right now. Hold on tight. All right, because this candle is not ready to create a bearish engulfing. Why? Because look at how long it has. 4 days. It just started. This is the first buy daily candle. This is not ready for a capitulation, in my personal opinion, okay? We're validating right now the newly converted resistance into support per the plan, okay? This is where we have to hold. I'm not saying that it has to. I'm just saying that this is where we want to hold in the event to where we're betting the upside, okay? Let's keep on viewing it, you guys. Let's see what SONN has. We're right at that area that I was talking about. This is what I was saying, that I can't favor the upper targets. I have to favor what I'm talking about because of instinct, because of price observation, whatever it is, guys. Okay, so let's just look. Are we going to get that bounce to the upside from here? I don't know, but let's go ahead and observe. That's why we practice risk management. That's why we practice price action, okay, you guys? The raw price action is incredibly important. All right, we're getting a bounce to the upside now. Let's see what's up, okay? And now we know that there could very well, highly likely, be a support at this broadening ascending wedge, right? So good stuff here. Good stuff. It's getting a bounce to the upside. It's clearing 61.58 now, okay? Let's just be patient. Let's see what it's got, okay, you guys? It's following the plan even still, but that doesn't mean it can't fail it. Okay, so we got to keep a close eye on this stuff, all right, guys? Let's just expose ourselves to this. Let's really observe things here because this is an awesome real-life setting of what we're talking about, right? Chop zone. We already spoke about this chop zone here, okay, you guys? So let's just see if we can respect it, okay? Still testing. This is a bi-daily iteration too, you guys. This is going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. Imagine if we were looking the freaking 5 minutes, you would already had a heart attack, man. Look at this. No way. You're talking about you lost all your money right here, guys. You didn't lose nothing. All right, so don't look at the 5-minute candles, right? You know I'm looking at the upper time frames. That's how I determine the targets, right? So getting that bounce yet again, getting it right from that same zone, right? So, and it just so happened to have landed at the very bottom side of our target, right? So this is the overall range that we had. And I was saying that I'm not favoring the top side of the range, but I'm favoring the inside of this range, but it touched the bottom of the outside range. Good Lord, man. Lord help me. Oh my goodness, you guys. So no, don't worry. This is typical, right? This is usually where price action tends to go. We have a breakout out of a very important formation. You know, it's typical for price action to come back and validate that newly converted resistance into support, right? And then we can get a bounce to the upside upon validation of this support, right? But it's following the plan still, you guys. It's looking good. We just have to observe it, see if the price action can fail below this. Fine. If it wicks down. If it wicks down, it's fine still, okay, you guys? Even if it wicks down to the 53 flash wick to the upside, that's fine too, you guys. There's no problem, all right? So just practice on patience. This is a good area for this is literally my long zone, guys. This is where I would already be in, okay? So, and I'm talking about paper trading, of course. Brenton, what's up, man? So is 60 a good entry upon validation? Yeah, so this zone right here, aggressive traders would already be entering In my case, I would probably try to give this a minimum hour to 4 hour candle closure, right? So meaning that if we can get another bounce to the upside, close an hourly candle here, it's done in 39 minutes, right? So then we can get another candle to come back down here and test it, right? And then closing that other candle, good. We're still validating that support, right? We're going to be within this range for a little bit. And then upon that validation, anywhere between, I'm really being honest here, anywhere between 70 to 59 is a great entry for this, as that would be scaled in entries, right? So strategic planning, right? So, but yeah, I honestly think that this is still kind of playing according to the play. It's still okay. In fact, damn, this could actually be a bear trap. Okay, so keep a close eye on this, you guys. I'm gonna go back to the buy daily on this and see what's going down, right? So ticker symbol SFR. Let's see what it's doing. Man, it's creating just the biggest freaking hammer ever, right? So, oh my goodness. Let's go back again. SoFi getting the red that we're looking for, right? Okay, and going back to SONN again. Yeah, guys, I know this is gonna be the talk of the town, right? So, yeah, still in validation. Still part of that validation area, man. Literally at the bottom side of the range. Well, I mean, I guess the bottom side of the official range is around 59, where it's literally sitting just right now. So slight, right? So, oh, you know what? I could have actually corrected this a little bit. I could have actually made it down to here because of this candle opening here and then this candle closing here. So, oh yeah, I'm happy that I zoomed in this hard. Right, so yeah, we actually have that. We're right at that support right now. Oh my goodness, you guys. So careful with this. These are the wicks that I'm talking about, right? We could potentially wick down to around that 57 or even around that 53, right? These are the wicks that we're looking for huge recoveries, right? So the bears are really trying to get aggressive here. This is FOMO bear, okay? Right here, these are FOMO bears. They're thinking that this is just it's over for this ticker, when in reality, you're just starting the validation of a newly converted resistance into support. Okay, so keep your eyes on that, and then everything will be cool. All right, here's that flash. Here we go. Let's see if we can get that flash to the upside from this. Okay, that's it's still safe, guys. Remember, 4 days and 3 hours. That's the amount of time we have for invalidation, okay? So yeah, we have 4 days and 3 hours to still wait for, okay, you guys? So remember that I was talking about a potential stop loss beneath this area here. In fact, the stop loss could have been set right around where it is right now, okay? So if man, I would honestly be breaking a rule, right? So that stop loss could have been set at 50.28, and that's incredibly close. Right, so as it marks actually from the entry, let's just see how aggressive we're being. 50.28, right? So I'm sorry, let me just put it right to that area there, and then see what's up, right? So from this zone here, there we go, to the 50.28. Yeah, that's around the risk I would put for a highly volatile play. Oof, that's a terrible loss though. So careful with this, you guys. Okay, so I don't want this to fail. The zone of about 50.28. 50.28 would just be one of the inflection zones for an introduction to that 42.27. But I mean, we're getting that bounce to the upside that we're looking for from that target, right? So again, 4 days to complete this candle here. It's still looking okay, you guys. We have to validate this, and oftentimes this is a panic zone right now. Okay, so we're gonna create that wick, right? We got that flash wick to that zone we were talking about, right? This could recover still. And in fact, it's remember I talk about the 10:30 a.m. area? The algorithms change. So it looks like it's kind of following that narrative. Okay, so it's 10:24 a.m. Pacific right now. And of course, the price action capitulates within that, right? So so some recovery could be in play right now. We're back inside of our zone. Let's see the price, right? It's literally combating those resistances, guys. We're chilling. We're still good, okay, you guys. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on your longs. Make sure to never give back what you've already gained. Okay, you guys, because that means that it just introduces for a better opportunity for entry for another ride up to the upside. This is going to be trending to the upside for some time, you guys. So I still have my eyes on these targets here come next week. Remember I said this, okay? I'm talking about next week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday, 243 or 230 to 266 to be clear. Okay, you guys, so that's essentially what I am looking at for ticker symbol SONN. It's actually still fighting that resistance that we're talking about, creating that flash wick. right from the zone that we spoke of too, right? So keep an eye on your longs, okay? You don't want to fail that zone of 50.22, the where we spoke of, right? This 50.28. We don't want to fail that, okay, you guys? So keep your eyes on that. The other reason that we were able to see the potential top side of this target here, 133, was this inverse herpy-derpy, right? So the inverse head and shoulders absolutely played some role into getting that price action all the way as high as it did today, right? So in fact, we met that range very nicely. The high of day was 120, and that's where I told you guys when we touched that, I was like, this is very likely high of day. That's it. All right, so let's see. Brenton saying, is 60 a good entry upon validation? Yeah, that was the one that you commented just a little bit ago, right? So, yeah, everything's looking good, guys. I still think that that was the flash wick that we were looking for, right? And then, I honestly can see this continuing to the upside, maybe even validate the resistance of 793 and potentially closing right around where we are now. We could potentially close the day around 59 or 60 cents. Who knows? Let's just keep an eye on that and see what's up, right? So what is up, my brother? Hi, I thank you, Arca, and all FNGR here also, please. Of course, my brother, we were looking at FNGR for several times today. We've been keeping an eye on it, right? So SFR still maintaining that hammer candle, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at FNGR. And we have SONN up on there, right? So we'll keep an eye on it and see what's up. So I know that you're just joining the chat right now, my brother, but take a look at this. This area that I was looking at, I marked off today from up here somewhere. Okay, so we're looking at a support range of, let's see, the range was, for me, 205 to 210 to get long, and it's already retracing from that bottom side that I spoke of, right? So this is good. This is around the same zone that we were looking for to get long. We're getting that rejection to the upside. And there could be a continuation to the upside here, but I would have to express some serious concern over the resistance, though. Okay, because remember that yesterday, I don't know if you were in the live session yesterday, I was speaking to everyone about this ascending channel, right? So let me see how I actually favored this. I forgot what time frame I was looking at it in. Could it have been the daily? No, it was a 12-hour. It was for sure the 12-hour. Yeah, okay, yeah. So the 12-hour was the one that we were looking at. We were saying that yesterday. We talked about this, right? We spoke about jumping right into the resistance of this channel here, right? So, of course, we got the resistance. We're coming back to the loading zone. And then let's see. Here's the next trick, okay? Because there's still going to be resistance on the following 12-hour candle. I know that we still have some time to close this candle, right? We still have 2 hours and 32 minutes to close this 12-hour candle that we're on. That's still good to continue to the upside, but to be very clear here, we have a range now, okay? So upon maybe Tuesday, there could be a 236 touch, 236 to, I would say, 247, right? That would be the resistance range because we want to make sure that we can close a daily candle upside of this target here. 236 closing a candle inside of that, we regained the channel. Okay, so that means that we can continue to the upside, and that's about it. But if we don't do that, then this is just going to range trade and essentially further capitulate. Okay, so keep an eye on ticker symbol FNGR. It's looking good, but I really would express some danger within this area. Okay, so now look at the price action is actually recovering upside of the target that we spoke of, right? So we got that very nice bounce from the area that we were talking about, right? We got that upside there. Let's see if we can convert now the zone of entry into a support. Okay, it's literally right at the support. I'm talking for real 210. That is literally worth 210 right now. So we would need the price action a little bit higher, right, so that we can start bouncing off of the 210. All right, so TOST. Let's go ahead and take a look at that, Daniel. Of course, my brother. Let's see. TOST NYSE ticker. Good deal. Okay, so entirely a bullish range. Okay, so this is actually not even ooh. Okay, there's something very important happening within this. Let me pull up the moving averages. Okay, so we have, let me pull up the SMA 50 and the SMA 200, because just right now, or actually on Monday was the first validation of a golden cross, okay? The golden cross on a daily is very sought after, okay? So this can present a couple opportunities, okay? So first of all, I think that maybe the low of day could be in or it could be at 2174. Okay, because of the EMA 21 right here. Why the EMA 21? Why am I talking about that particular cross or that particular support? Because this right here, because of this iteration, the EMA 21 crossed over the EMA 55 on the daily. That is a silver cross followed by a golden cross right over here. Okay, so we have two very, very bullish crosses on the daily time frame, which signal bull market trend. Okay, so what I want to tell you is that oftentimes when we do get that silver cross, we usually get that huge upside, and then we come all the way back down to validate that as a viable area of support before continuing onto the upside and using it as a support on that way up. Okay, what I'm afraid of here is that we may use the EMA 21 one more time before a bounce and potentially find resistance at that 2303, but then we would try to find a support all the way back down to the SMA 50 to validate the golden cross. Okay, so that also happens. Okay, so what we can do to kind of look at that potential is that we can go, in its historical events and kind of take a look at what happens when we do get upside crosses or the golden crosses, right? So yeah, oh my goodness, man, this is a tough one to look at. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up this iteration here, right? So first of all, this is a downtrend. We don't want to cross. How did we cross it right now? Oh yes. Oh my goodness, we're crossing it at an upside. That is so lucky. All right, so the difference between crossing on an upside versus a downside is literally this. Okay, so although it's not going to make a bearish cross, it's just that when you're making a golden cross on a downside, that's not only going to come back and test the SMA 50 like it did right here. It bounced to the upside, right? We got that SMA 50 validation, but then you'll also get the 200, and then you'll also try to fail it, but you don't, right? So then you get that bounce from the SMA 50 again, and then so on until the moving average can actually correct to finally make an upside cross. Okay, so this is why I'm fearing that over the next maybe 3-4 days, I'm thinking possibly maybe even Wednesday here or Thursday, we can come back to the area of about 2034 to around 2050. And that's me projecting hella future here. Okay, so it's not the way to practice because it's really it's highly speculative, right? So let me go ahead and mark it off like this here. Okay, so yeah, I would honestly say that this is where the SMA 50 can be located in the next couple days. Price action would likely come back into this area, test that SMA 50, bounce to the upside, thus confirming that we have a valid golden cross. Okay, so that could be what it is. Okay, you guys, let's go back to SONN real quick. I know that people are very nervous, right? So yeah, we got that wick, right, guys, that we were talking about, and we got the huge upside from it. Literally in the validation process. Okay, you guys, I'm not trying to guess this stuff. It's just I can only do so much, right? I'm not this is why it's important to manage the price action as we go, right? And remember that we set that stop loss literally at that 50-cent level, getting so close to it, right? But it's a wide stop loss. Oh, I'm sorry, it was set to this zone here, 50.28, right? So we set that stop loss right there so that because there's high volatility here, okay, there's a lot of sentiment. So oftentimes you would need a very wide stop. But if you're not an experienced trader, do not always do that. Okay, because if you're not utterly certain, I mean, certainty can only play in your head as an individual trader with your own characteristics and your own style, right? With your own exposure to the markets too. So what I'm trying to say here is that this zone, I mean, this type of stop loss here would be pertinent to very seasoned players. Okay, don't do that. That's very aggressive and you can seriously lose a lot of money. This is a minus 18% stop loss. I usually set them between 3 and 5%. But me knowing that this is a very volatile play and also suggesting a pullback from this range, then it was going to be a very large pullback, and that can present panic selling. It can introduce FOMO selling, like short sellers, right? It can induce a lot of things. So this is why I put a huge stop loss, or I would, right? Because I'm not trading this. and then the price action would reject. But I'm treating it as though I was in there, because I already told retail that this is for you. I'm not trading this, okay, you guys? This is all for you. All right, so, but I'm going to treat it as though I was long this ticker, which is why I continuously psychologically speak as though I were in the ticker. But I'm not. I'm actually looking for entry on ape, like a freaking ape, instead of trading the winners. Did you hear that crazy motorcycle outside? What the hell's going on, man? Can't even open the window here. That's a motocross bike, because we have mountains in the back, right? People go ride their motocross bikes and their Sanrails and their Razors and stuff, and their Can-Ams. The good stuff, you guys. My family also does that. All right. So anyway, SONN still looking like it's right in the plan, guys. Remember, I was talking about potential closure of I'm talking about maybe closing around 60 cents. Like, that's where I think that we may close. And why would that be important? Well, because it would be a psychological beat, right? Meaning that we validated the support, or I guess we made one round of a validation. Okay, so SONN. We just gotta validate this area here, guys. Maybe Wednesday next week, Tuesday, something. We can actually continue to the upside, but we really do need to get this validation in process, right? So, and also I would really like for a buy daily candle to close literally outside of this, and we just started this candle here. So one more, we need another one to close wick and body upside of this resistance dotted line. If it fails my line, bro, it's gonna capitulate, bro. It's not gonna fail my line. Okay. At the end of the day, they're still just lines, okay, you guys? So be careful. All right. Sometimes people can take these lines a little too seriously, man. The lines can only do so freaking much, okay? So, be extremely careful over what you're doing. All right. So, another thing is that the Gaussian channel here on the buy daily is actually, we came back, validated that support. We're well within the Gaussian band. Okay, so it's still looking okay, you guys. No problem. This is why I was telling you, don't panic. It's just, we can even get a wick to the downside over here, right? And then actually get a recovery. It's the play, right? It's part of the play. As you know, guys, this is a huge breakout, a very big breakout. So there's going to be a huge upside followed by a big downside followed by another big upside. This is why we counter trend. Okay, you guys. So, that's about it, right? So what the hell did Mullen do? I'm curious over what Mullen is doing. And let's see. Oh, I still had the tool enabled on that thing, right? So MULN, and let's see what it's got. I also need to check on my toddler, guys. I'm honestly already supposed to be out of the stream, right? But I really wanted to hang out with retail today. I know that it was going to be a little bit of a tough day regarding SONN, but it's okay, you guys. It's no problem. We're still in that play. We're still suggesting some good things. So yeah, MULN. This is what I was telling you guys, is that I don't think that it can continue to the downside here. It's still looking okay, actually. So, but it is going to have serious runs up and down. As statistically speaking, the setup is ready and has fired. And that's a statistical move is actually suggesting a top side of about 125. So don't take it literally like that, like we're going to 125. It can happen because that's on average what would happen upon the conditions of volatility versus momentum, right? So, but what we can do is that we can take into consideration a top side here. We have that resistance now, knowing that 125 would be that overall range. Right, so now from the current price action to that 125, we can see what areas are relevant as resistance. Like right here, 69.04. That could be a short-term take profit. The SMA 10 on the daily right over here at 41.79 could be a short-term take profit. Right, so all of these things are pertinent to the price action leading up to the statistical upside. Right, we just got to practice it like that. Right, so let's see, Arca, are you? Hold on, let me see what that's saying. Arca, are you expecting SONN to get to 70 before closing at 60? Let's see. I forgot what I said real quick, but I know that there's a resistance level coming in the Gaussian band. Okay, so the Gaussian band is showing the mean to show a potential retracement from the top side. We're right now we're at 67.12. Okay, so we're possibly making the 1.618. into a form of support. Okay, so it's at 67.24. It's trying not to fail that 67 of the 1-spot 618. Okay, so if we get that little bit of a validation with some 30-minute candles here and there could be a top side to face at 76.51. Then we would regain the support level again. Okay, so and that's why I'm saying that we could, possibly close 60, 61 around there. Okay, so this is the bulls are also trying to get in here, you guys. So any opportunity here is gonna roll, right? So this is good stuff. Yeah. It's I still see the play happening, guys. It's really not bad. All right, so yeah, SoFi with that crazy freaking bear trap, guys. This man, if you are short biased, whoo, boy, this would be short position. Maybe I got to do that. I'm gonna get short the market here at 764. But remember, you would actually want to get a validation of support first. So you want to get your 676 as support. Then you change your narrative. You enter short at 764. Then your resistance range is this. Your resistance range turns into 702 to 676 since price action is going down that way, right? So short-term resistance here, short-term bounce, right? Succeed the resistance and then continue to the downside, likely to cover between 619 and 603 for the shorter term traders. Longer bulls would actually try to take this down to this range right here of about 511 to around 519. This is going to take some time though, because it's on a 3-day time frame. Huge bearish engulfings on SoFi. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to have to post this on Twitter, like I said, you guys. So let's see. That's a very good range to switch. Yeah, literally. Seriously. So Mr. Levitt's picking up BBBYQ on the dip, right? I remember we were looking at that one too today, right? We looked at it today. BBBYQ. Let's see what it's got. So the OT, yeah, this is the OTC, right? So all right, yeah, it's actually playing the range that we talked about. It's playing it exactly the way we're talking about. Okay, so yeah, this is the top side of the range right over here, you guys. There could be just some, I mean, this is a huge range to consider, okay? So if you get any higher, if you're in the green on this, I would just not hold this at all, because this is not this is not that type of ticker, okay? This is not a hold ticker. This is a trade the range, trade the volatility ticker. These are 25% swings. Okay, so really interesting. Okay, so SONN sitting at that 73-cent zone. Yep, here we go. So the support level would be 75.67. The resistance level, sorry, at 75.67. If it doesn't actually resist there and it continues on to the upside, then the next resistance level we got to face would be 91.15. But yeah, this is absolutely expected. I do see a top side here though, 76.09. That would be for momentum traders, right? So as that would have given a pretty nice range trade here, right? So we were talking about potential flash wick down to this 53.91. We got to touch the 52. Okay, so considering entry at the level that we were talking about, 53.91 to the current price action, that's a 33% bounce. Okay, so just see why I'm talking about these targets. These are massive swings. Okay, you guys, this is not to be taken lightly. This is not for the faint of heart. Okay, so there's a reason why I suggested an 18% stop loss. Right? It's just, this is a different type of play. This is a different animal. All right, you guys, this has a lot of sentiment behind it. So now, Timmy123, full recovery, SONN, let's go. All right, so yeah, we're still in the validation process, my brother. I do think that we could face a serious resistance right at about that 75.67 mean band of the Gaussian channel, right? Potential pullback right from that zone there. Who knows if it actually even touched it already, right? Because we're on the 2-day iteration here. As soon as we start changing the time frames, the Gaussian band will reflect that time frame, and it's not likely going to be showing like this. The only thing we could do about that is actually draw maybe a trend line like this, and then go into like the 4-hour or something and see if we actually got that top side touched, right? So no. Let's look at the hourly time frame. Oh, whoa. Yeah. So the 8-hour, look at the hourly. We reached right here at 74.71. And we were talking about 75.67. Let me go to the 30-minute to see how, 74.71 too. Yeah, guys, I mean, it got dangerously close to that target, right? So let me go to the buy daily now and show you just how ridiculously close that is, right? So I'm going to draw the line right here, just like that. and let's go to the buy daily and just see how ridiculous that looks. Okay, so this is the resistance that I'm speaking of, and this is where the price action came to. Right, so that very likely could have been the resistance that we talked about, right, at the mean band, right? So it's price action is just price action, man. That it's funny the way price acts, right? And it really is psychology. It really is how we are, how we're behaving, right? So, and the more we see it, the more we can see how like we're gonna behave. Like, when your son or daughter is going to do some ridiculous thing that's going to try to get himself or herself killed. Like, you are 3 years old. I know you're trying to get yourself killed. I know it. I see your eyes. Right? So so you prevent that stuff from happening, right? You guys, you observe them a lot, and then you know how they behave. Right? Because chances are that you did too. Good times, you guys. So, team, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here. Please go ahead and remember what I talked about. Okay, you guys, you're not alone. I know that I got to end it right now, but we got to get that little guy up and running, right? We got to give him some breakfast, got to change out his clothes. He's probably peed. I don't know what's going down over there, right? So, but he's my little toddler. We love the little guy. And yeah, I just got to get him awake. All right, team. But I'm very happy to stream this long. This was actually a good stream today, guys. It was awesome sharing the time here with you guys. Happy Friday to everybody. And I know that for some it's a long weekend, for some it's not. But if it is for you, absolutely have a great weekend, guys. But remember, we're not trading on Monday. Okay, you guys. So Andy24, have a great weekend. You too, my brother. The Bled, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sticking around. Same to you and your family as well, Andy24. Sebastian Lim, thank you for everything you do, my brother. Monster Mike, if you're still in here, I'll catch you soon, my brother. Thank you so much for everything. My donations, guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Not a problem, Sebastian. Love you guys. Origin, what's up, my brother? So thanks, Arca, and everyone. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of you, you guys. Thank you so much for everything, all the wishes, and all of your support. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to try my best for you. Let's see what the price action does, and we'll release another video on this, and we'll be okay, all right, you guys? So with that said, team, I wish you well, a very good rest of your weekend or weekend, and I will catch you at the bell literally on Tuesday morning, okay? Keep your eyes on the market, all right, team? Take care, Timmy. See you guys. Philip, thank you so much. Later, guys.